Nigma Galaxy's approach to the game, approach to the pro scene, approach to competitive play seem very calm, very confident, Steph. I mean, not confidence that's unwarranted, I'm sure you can agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to mention for a second, I have to call the pra that we just heard out because it made me feel like it was Brandon doing dualies. So it's now a new meme, guys. Every time someone has dualies, we have to do the Brandon. But okay, let's go back to our topic of the day. Absolutely. And you know what? This current matchup, I feel like finally, Banks and Header, we deserve a close game. We deserve map number 3. We deserve a 14-14. Like, I want to see some high tension games here.
I think that we've earned it, haven't we, Steph? We've definitely earned it. So, Sapphire, I'm going to come to you because 23 mentioned that they have a new coach on board. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. Hesky, I believe it is, a fresh perspective into the game for them, and she said that it's helped them learn a lot and adapt the way that they play. Always great to have a fresh perspective from someone new, and I feel like it's obviously working for them, right?
Yeah, I think so, especially when they've had this roster for so long. They've been on top now, but you always want to keep pushing yourself. You don't want to get complacent because that's when the other teams are going to gun for you. So it's good to see that they're willing to see that there's still room to grow. You know, Nigma Galaxy have said themselves it's not just the women's events that they want to do well, and they want to do well just in general. They want to be competing in the top events, so it's good to see that they continue to push themselves.
Yeah, they want to compete at these top tier events, and they also aren't scared of anyone, like she very plainly put throughout that whole video. But we've got an awesome GFX for you right now from Nigma Galaxy's recent wins. You've got to take me through this one. Steph, let's go to you first.
I mean, in the last year, every tournament that they've entered, they won. So it's just as simple as that. And not only they won with a dominance. There was like some close games, some games we thought, hey, if they don't watch out, they might lose this map. But in the end, all of their players either had tremendous performance to keep them in the game and then win the best of 3. But like, what is there to say? Nigma has been the dominant team throughout the pandemic, coming out of it with intense practice, and they've just been reigning over their kingdom in the last years.
I mean, you speak about dominance, and something I'd like to touch on is actually something that B-Dog said during that previous series, is that a true display of high-level experience in competition at this level as well is identifying issues mid-map. And that's something that we saw a great display by Na'Vi. They identified their issues halfway through the map, and then that second half on Ancient just went so much smoother for them. Is this something that, I mean, clearly it seems like Nigma Galaxy have this capability as well, so is this something that NIP should be looking out for, or maybe even learning from when we watch these, you know, top-tier events? Sapphire?
Yeah, oh yeah, Nigma Galaxy knows how to adapt on the fly. They have veterans, right? They've done this before. They've done it online. They've done it on land. They've played against the best teams in the world. They are the best team in the world for a reason, because they can adapt mid-game. Even when they're down, they're not out. I mean, this team, I think in the last year they've lost 5 maps. That in Impact League events or LAN events online. But that's insane, because even when they're down, they find a way to still win.
I mean, that's a true testament to being highly experienced and having incredible chemistry with the rest of your team. Something that I found, I don't know, funny. I don't really know if I want to say funny, but 23 mentioned, you know, how passionate she is about the game, as I imagine all of these pros are, and you guys are as well. Steph, Sapphire, you both have the experience in game at this kind of competitive level. She says she tries not to shout down the mic when she gets extremely passionate. I want to get a little bit of insight into the way that you guys played competitively. Did you have experience losing or, you know, playing so well you shouted down the mic and annoyed the rest of your team and got told off for it? Because it sounds like she gets told off for doing this.
Well, it might be something internally that they struggle with, but I know personally, my issue was like, I was being really dramatic over everything, right? So one there, one flash there, which led for all my teammates to over-rotate, also have the sense of urgency, forget to watch their back, you know? So being a little bit like knowing when to pull out the sensitive urgency, so when to restrain yourself is key and major. And if I recall, Heather, when we played together, we were kind of the same. We were both passionate like that.
Oh yeah, many times. Beep, 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 you know, because you want someone to come help, and you know, maybe you get a little too aggressive in that call. That's certainly a skill to learn, and especially when you're playing on LAN too, because there's an energy that you can feel from your team. You can literally see out of the corners of your eye someone like getting really excited because of a rotate. You know, you got to be careful not to, you know, you miss something. You don't want to slam your mouse because that's gonna maybe negatively impact your teammate, because they're going to be like, okay, well now she's feeling defeated, now I'm going to feel defeated. You know, it's, you know, your composure, how you make your calls, all of that is important. Keeping your calling short and concise is very important too, and not long drawn out sentences, because someone else has to make a call on the other side of the map.
Is that something that you guys tend to practice then? Like, kind of like tactical call outs, things that you really need to kind of make as short and sweet and as understandable kind of as possible when you're in game? Because surely this is what teams practice when they kind of come together, right?
Yeah, I've worked with sports psychology actually in my career to try to shorten the communication to be as efficient as possible. I mean, it might be simple for most people, but for some of the teams I was in, it was a really important skill to learn. So for example, you want to say a person's name to call out for an action. So I would say header, and then she can focus, even though if she's like really focused on her aim, header, peek B, or header, drop this. If you just say like, hey, can you drop this header? Then she might realize after that I called her out and not know what the action is. So it's small things like that. It's the same amount of words, but the way that you place them in a sentence will make a huge difference on the teamwork.
Micro adjustments definitely being hyper important there. Sapphire, do you have experience with that as well? You guys teamed together, didn't you?
We did team together. We won a world championship together. So all of those things are important. I think when we won our world championship too, we were down. It was not looking good for several maps. But again, it's those micro adjustments that make the difference and help you win in the end.
So let's focus in a little bit now on NIP, because when we're talking about how dominant Nigma Galaxy have been week in, week out, year in, year out, even up to this point, NIP took the only win from Nigma Galaxy in this Impact season. So obviously the question on everyone's mind is, can they do it again? Are Nigma Galaxy going to be able to adjust to kind of filter out any of those potential losses? The NIP that we saw yesterday, extremely dominant. Are they going to be lured into a false sense of security to then come out of the gate swinging to a very well-prepared Nigma Galaxy, Steph?
Well, I think that they will never, no one can ever underestimate Nigma Galaxy. They're just the best. Winning versus them might be a fluke. It might not be. But one thing is certain is that in this very mental game, now they put some doubt on Nigma's mind. And I think that's really important. Not only does NIP know they can beat Nigma, they're not the undefeatable team versus them. They're no more their nemesis. They're no more unachievable. It's no longer an achievable goal. And I think that could change everything. That might make the difference between, oh, should I go for this peak or should I play more conservative? And in a world where Counter-Strike is a lot about feeling, a lot about teamwork, but sometimes individual play, making that extra peak or swinging or being confident versus a team like Nigma can have a big impact. So this is why this matchup is very exciting. We got very lucky with the semifinals drawing, even though the first one was a little bit unfortunate. It's really exciting to see a team that already beat Nigma in the past play today.
Well, speaking of individuals, we've already kind of seen NIP compete yesterday. We obviously had Nigma Galaxy waiting in the wings for today's semi-final match. So we haven't actually seen them play on the Gamers Without Borders stage as of yet. So, Sapphire, individually, who should our viewers really be looking out for on the Nigma Galaxy side? We know that they're extremely OP, but who do you feel they should particularly be looking out for? Who's going to put up the big numbers?
Yeah, I think, you know, we hyped her up yesterday and she had a slow start, but closed out really strong. And Astra is a very, very exciting new player to watch. Looking at ESL Impact season, like statistically, was one of the top performers throughout every series she played. But then I also really like to watch Naomi and Kiara. They've been teammates for a while. Just seeing how they play off of each other is really interesting. They clearly have chemistry. I imagine, you know, we're talking a lot about communication here, and if you know someone so well and you know exactly what they're going to do and how you react to that, you can actually like reduce that amount of communication. You don't have to say what you have to do because you know your teammate's already going to be peeking off of your flash because you've done that for so long together. So I really like watching that duo as well.
Yeah, Steph, do you have anyone in particular that you're looking out for on the Nigma Galaxy side coming into this next match?
Well, obviously, arguably or not, the best player in the world. Anna, at the moment, she's cool, calm, collected. She won MVP of the year for the HLTV award. Here you have it, her stats, the impact that she has, her rating, and also I don't even think that the ADR does her justice because most of the games that she plays, she is way higher than that. It's because she's usually upping, right? So a lot of the times your ADR is lower, but she has just been phenomenal. And it wasn't on Nigma Galaxy that she started to be that really sick player. It was way before on her ex-roster, which I think at the time was with Claudia. But it's on Nigma Galaxy that she became consistent and that she became the best in the world in most people's eyes. And so far, I've very rarely ever seen Anna underperform, which is very rare on any circuit in any game. So let's see how long she can keep this up, because so far it's been a couple of years. Will she be the best player of all time? You know, who knows? Will she be better than Zaz? Is the question we need to ask ourselves.
And I mean, it's kind of that age-old story, isn't it, regarding any kind of sport, any kind of game. If you surround yourself with the best, it allows you to become the best. And that's possibly something that we're seeing, right, Sapphire?
Yeah, I mean, certainly destined for that. The trophies keep stacking up for Anna. They keep stacking up for Nigma Galaxy. It's incredible what they're doing. And again, we don't see anyone really challenging to stop them yet. Again, NIP was the first team to take a series off of them in well over a year in Impact type of events. So I don't know, maybe NIP can start the trend, but Nigma Galaxy is sure looking amazing.
Oh, so we got the vetoes and the picks over here. So Sapphire, we're going to stick with you. Talk us through what we're seeing, and you know, anything surprising or anything that our viewers should be looking out for.
No, I think, you know, certainly expected to see, I imagine that first band's probably actually Nuke, because that's, Nip never plays Nuke. Anubis, definitely out for Nigma Galaxy. Neither of them picked that. Mirage, interesting for Nip. They did beat Nigma Galaxy 16-14 week 1 to open up the ESL Impact season. But Nigma's still pretty decent on that map too. As we look over to Overpass, which is Nigma's pick, Nip's okay on it. They've beaten some lower tier teams, but they have losses to teams like Big and Nine Pandas, whereas Nigma they actually don't play Overpass a ton recently, but I do have some vivid memories of how good they are on that map previously. And then as we go over to Inferno, that's a map both teams love. So that one feels like a a coin flip in a sense if you're treating these teams equally. But will we get there? Not sure. Nigma obviously continues to be a favorite.
I want to add something here on that veto. I always think the best teams, you need to play them on maps that are newer. I always think that. I mean, it's a little bit less like that on the mixed circuit, on the main circuit, because all the teams are kind of learning the maps as we go. But for a team like Nigma and Galaxy, I want people to play them on Anubis, on Ancient, on maps that they are not as comfortable and they can't rely on their years of experience as a squad with no roster change. And right now you saw Nigma ban Anubis, Nigma ban Ancient. There was a little bit of an opening to potentially pick Ancient, even though it's not necessarily Nip's best map. You know, just for me, go with that wild card. Give it a shot.
A good tactic. I like that. Drag away the more experienced teams away from their comfort zone, because, I mean, at least you're going to be helping yourselves tactically, even if it's not your best map. You'll at least be putting them on a map that they're less familiar with, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay, well, I think that something that we touched on yesterday that could be important for today, I don't know, I want to get your guys' opinion on this, is momentum. We talked quite a bit about it. NIP putting up that incredible performance yesterday, dominating 2-0. I mean, obviously, we had both 2-0s yesterday, but put yourself in their shoes. Would you be trying to ride this momentum? I mean, does the momentum carry overnight? Would it be easier to say that the momentum would only carry on the same day across maps? Does it carry across from the quarterfinal into the semi-final? Do you think so, Steph?
I think as soon as I went to bed, momentum was gone for me. So it really has to be on the same day. I hated when, you know, you do like you and I did so many local lands where the schedule is not like set in stone. I hated when they would send us home when we had like a good winning streak and we had to play the next morning. That was my nemesis. I hate mornings. I hate having to warm up. So I think that momentum is hard to transfer from day to day. You never know. Like, it's just like anyone. You can wake up on a really awful morning. You know, it might not be sunny outside. Your coffee might be not there this morning. Like, no, I want to play when I'm already on fire.
Well, okay, let's bring it in a little bit then. So Sapphire, what do we say about cross-map momentum as you were playing as a pro? Previously, I feel like, how do you prevent your opponent from maintaining that momentum from map to map? What are kind of the tactics you go through? Like we saw yesterday, G2 slowed down the pace of play. That was their attempt at killing the momentum for 9 Pandas. Are there any other tactics that people can look out for when you're trying to kind of slow down that momentum or prevent the momentum from carrying across maps?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you look across maps, like, I feel like there's nothing really, as you're walking away for your 15 minutes between maps, you can't control anything about the other team. The only thing you can control is yourself. And if you're down a map and you were up, who knows, 11 rounds to 4 at half, and you let that slip away, like, you've got to control your own your own momentum, and realize we're just going to start clean. We're going to forget about that map. We're not going to argue about what we did wrong in that pistol round, because it's irrelevant for the next map. Focus on the next map only, and what you can control, because you can't control how your opponents are preparing in those 15 minutes you have between games. So, you know, that's I guess my best piece of advice. Focus on yourself. When you're in game and you're actually, you know, losing the momentum, then that's when you want to think about changing up the pace, how to, you know, catch your opponent off guard. If you need to sit and spawn for 50 seconds, sit and spawn for 50 seconds and talk about it and slow things down. So there's 2 different ways to look at it depending on where you are, but there's the beautiful thing about Counter-Strike is you can always come back. You can always come back, and so, you know, even if NIP goes down in this first map, they've got to think ahead, and still they can come back. They've done it before, and they can do it again.
Our fingers and toes are crossed for a map 3. We haven't had it yet. We're excited to see if it's possibly going to happen in this second semi-final before that best-of-5 grand final tomorrow. We are waiting for one of the Nigma Galaxy players to join up into this match, so we're going to go to a very short break, and when we come back, we'll have the game up and running for you.
Welcome back. My name is Tom Pickering, and joining me on the microphone is the wonderful, the amazing Narimizuki, aka Sam. Hope you're doing well, but we've had a bit of a change up on the lineups on these teams. Sam, how about you run us through what's gone on?
Yeah, that we have. Tori unfortunately had some internet issues. She attempted to fix it and unfortunately was not able to. That's why we had a bit of a longer desk segment in the break in between. But they have had a stand-in come in, and this is going to be Missy, who has been playing for Aces recently. Now, if this is someone that you're not terribly familiar with, that's okay. You know, not everybody gets the chance to tune into every Impact game, and unfortunately Aces hasn't quite had the same sort of success that some of these more well-known teams have had. So this is actually going to be a really great opportunity for her. Shame she's going to come into this really cold. She's not really going to have had a lot of time to warm up, but I think that, you know, having this opportunity here on a huge stage like this with the best women's team in the world, that's pretty exciting.
Well, here we go, diving into the first map of this best of 3 Mirage. This one might be a little bit difficult for Nigma here, Sam.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, as we said, Nigma having a stand-in means that they will have a little bit of an asterisk on this game, and they have lost to Ninjas in Pyjamas before, even at full power.
There you go, standing, going to be rushing straight out mid. Missy looking to try and hit. Came off with a spicy shot, but not going to be able to connect with the first couple of shots, but the fifth one is going to be able to connect, making it work. There we go. Checking down in towards Underpass. Let's make sure no one's sneaking up on her teammate. Good work. You know, Astra and her teammate's going to be down a player right off the bat. Not a good look. Molly goes out. It misses. This is terrible news for them. Smoke as well. It's going to allow them to progress. Decent damage over towards Vilga, but Cat's going to be here to answer back. Takes a couple of shots. Smoke's going to get dropped out. She needs a reload out, but she doesn't have time for this. They push through the smoke. The headshots rain out. Jenkins picks up one. Astra with another. Vilga on site. Now going to have to play big on this front. Going to have to go in for the reload. They're going to be pushing her down. Going to be able to get the kill as well. 23, a player they're going to have to count on alongside Anna. 2v3. The bomb's gone down. That's money in the pocket. Spicy start for Nigma. And, well, NIP getting that bomb down is good. Paulie's going to be sitting in this corner near bench, waiting for them to go in for the peak. She's going to hit the first headshot, going in for the second one. Can't quite make it. Anna has to be the hero they want. Now left in a 1v1. No kit on the board right now. I don't think it's being dropped anywhere either. And this last player, oh, it has. She's going to be able to try and sneak this in. She may not realize the player's gone over towards short. We're not going to see it from their perspective yet. She's not holding it down. She's not quite baited it out. Jenkins now going to take initial shots. Anna doesn't even realize where she is. And well, there we go. Jenkins doing their name justice.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, Anna, it was mentioned on the desk a little bit earlier on, arguably the best female player in the world right now. Although with Zaz coming back in, I suppose there is a bit of a contestation in that one. But by all accounts, a phenomenal player. So if anyone was going to be able to bring that back from the brink, it was going to be her. And unfortunately for her, Jenkins plays that incredibly well. Plays out the time, doesn't get baited by the sound of the tap, and just lets it ride through.
We dive straight into the second round. Advantage definitely going to be sitting on NIP's side. They've got the guns, got the utility. Missy has got the deagle on the other side of the smoke. The deagle is very useful in these kind of rounds, and they've got 4 of them plus the scout. The push is going to be coming through though. Naomi's going to be able to pick up the first kill. One of the Wonder Twins here. Paulie going to be pushing in as well. Missy's going to be able to find 1 kill, but meanwhile her teammates have just fallen. 23 and Vilga, last players left alive, but they're going to get mowed down. Vilga picks up an extra smoke, but oh, she already had one even. Takes a couple of shots, going to be turning around. Astra trying to clear all the corners. The shots are missed. No, not like this, Vilga. You had every opportunity.
Still 1v4 though. It was always going to be difficult. To maybe take an extra gun or 2 would have been an excellent way to end that round, particularly given that it was pretty much an anti-eco. Doesn't do too much damage to Ninjas in Pyjamas bonus, so a little bit of a reinvest into this, and they're feeling pretty confident. Nigma, unfortunately, put a bit of a spend into that last round, and so it looks like we're going to have another pistol, and very little that they're able to do.
Yeah, I mean, if we just break down briefly, use this round to sort of give some thoughts on what's going on here, because obviously Nigma, we put them at a potential 3rd map series here. Oh, wait, hang on.
Hang on.
Throw that back a moment. There's actually been a turn of events here. NIP, they're going to be down to 2 players. Vilga on the other side of the smoke could actually be massively detrimental to the side of NIP. Depends on how long she can sit in this position. I think her pistol was spotted. It was. Maybe he's going to be able to save her teammate there. Edge win, as it were. Going to be peeking in. Molly out towards jungle. They can still bring this back, but they don't have control of the bomb at the moment. Player spotted. Headshot comes out. Anna's going to have to go big. Missy finds one. The stand-in doing justice, but they fall at the last hurdle. The damage is done, but they could have clutched that round out.
Definitely a bit of a heart palpitating moment there for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They come into that hard and fast, push straight onto the A site, and instantly they just start falling like flies. Beautiful pistol work here from the Nigma Galaxy ladies. But of course, Ninjas in Pyjamas did have the superior weaponry, so that helps a lot. Positioning from Nigma was good. They keep it close. Only one player left alive from Ninjas in Pyjamas, but unfortunately, it's not going to be quite good enough. We do, however, have an AWP on the board here for Anna. Well, we know what she can do with that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of hinging on if she's going to be able to get this first kill, and she does. It's going to be a wall bang, but it still lands. The kill rings out. That is so crucial. As I was going to say, Nigma, we expected them to have a bit of an issue here versus NIP, the one team that was able to really do damage against them and impact. And now Nigma have a disadvantage. They're having to play with the stand-in. Missy, talking of which, is going to be on the other side of the smoke. Going to be able to take one. No, they fail. They just crumple Sam. Within a couple of seconds, all three players over towards the A site are dead. I'm lost for words there. I mean, that could have been so different, but no. NIP just absolutely demolish these players.
And of course, that's going to force Nigma to hold on to the last vestiges of weaponry that they have available to them. So thankfully, they'll have a couple of rifles. Okay, if she lost that, I think that would have been absolutely devastating. But thankfully, she still survives. And that's one less weapon for Ninjas in Pyjamas. And this is fantastic long term, because obviously that's going to do a lot of damage to Ninjas in Pyjamas' overall economy. And this is exactly what Nigma want to do, particularly as they get into another round where there is still going to be some semblance of a spend, and thereafter, hopefully, back into rifles. But this round is going to be very, very important. I love talking about that swing round potential, and this could be that position for Nigma. That being said, Ninjas in Pyjamas have had some really good pacing so far. It's only been 4 rounds in, but Nigma have definitely struggled to fight back against this level of aggression and speed.
There's been a couple of moments where we've thought, okay, yeah, they might be able to bring this through, but one was on the eco pistol round, where they managed to pick up those guns. The following one was where Anna started it out with a bang and managed to pick up the first initial kill with the AWP, but still unable to really be able to make a purchase into these rounds. Having a FAMAS on Missy isn't the end of the world, but it's also not the best situation. It does allow them to have a little bit of extra utility. Astra's going to be peeking in here. AWP playing it slow, trying to find any kind of sideline here on any of the players, and it might just be Missy. She finds, oh, she crosses over. Astra, quick flick on over, now is able to get the kill. 23, Anna over towards the A site. They're gonna have to get their rotation on soon, but they're gonna be distracted by a player sitting it up in towards Palace. This is a big advantage Nigma have with the player count, and now the push is gonna be coming through. Cat's gonna get burnt alive. Smoke goes out. Allows her to sit in this position, but they should have this guess. She's going to be able to hit the first headshot, plays defensively, but still going to go down to Naomi. No, Vilga finds the trade. 2v3. She's going to be on site. She did make that footstep, so Jenkins has got a solid idea where she is. Astra going to be holding the crossover here. The peak comes out, and, well, Vilga falls. Meanwhile, Anna was having to try and deal with the Roman Paulie. Really well played by NIP. They're just messing with the heads of Nigma right now.
Yeah, I mean, Nigma do relatively well to kind of bite back a little bit there over towards the B side, get a couple of good kills in, but it's instantly traded back. Ninjas in Pyjamas have some good rotations, and they instantly shut it down. And of course, bearing in mind, Astra getting that first opening kill, very, very impactful. This is... I know we spoke about it already, having that substitute player in, but I feel like the damage that it does to the mental definitely plays a huge part as well.
Yeah, you got to try and think how the mental situation is for Nigma. They're playing at a massive disadvantage. They're not playing with their usual lineup. They're also playing on a map that, honestly, they wouldn't really in particularly want to play NIP on. And I mean, just going back to what both Heather and Sapphire and Harvey were touching on, is the fact that I want to see the newer maps come out. I want to see Anubis. You cowards, play Anubis.
We wish.
Don't really expect too much here from Vilga. Maybe a little bit more than that, but she got one shot off at least.
I think this is a very tough position for Nigma to be in for a lot of different reasons. Able to buy in again, so this is gonna give them a little bit of a leg to stand on here, but already having conceded 6 rounds, it's not the best start to the map, not the start that they would have wanted. That's gonna leave them feeling maybe a little stressed out. Hopefully they can just kind of push through that pressure a little bit. We're gonna have to see a lot more adaptation. This could be it.
Cat was far too slow to respond to that player crossing over there. It's a little bit concerning. Nate does go out. He's going to be a little bit lower. Astra does take a shot to the legs there. At least to the body. It's going to be Anna. Looking to try and hold this position. Kira potentially looking to try and cross, but I imagine they may want to either flash it or smoke it. But Vilga, she's on a mission here, sneaking up behind them. She spots one of them out, takes early shots, gets the kill as well. This leaves the AWP Astra stuck in a very difficult place. And it's going to leave Vilga to chuck down a smoke. They haven't found the bomb yet. Cat's going to be going in for the peak as well. She's going to be going in for an aggressive position here as well. Astra's going to be going in for the peak. It doesn't matter though, she falls. Jenkins going to be peeking over towards site as well. I think she has to be spotted out from these players. The smoke's going to be going out over A side. Poorly falls. Jenkins looks, finds the first kill. Down to 3 HP though. Narumi's going to be low. Down on 41. Going in for the rotation. Going to have to make this quick. Missy spots the player over towards Shaw. No, spots one over towards Benchberg. Going to be falling to Naomi. Fantastic shots. Anna, AWP in hand. It's a 2v2. A lot closer than it potentially should have been, but still can work. Quick reactions. Kill comes through. Naomi unable to contend with Vilga's position in there. Really well played. A little bit closer than I would like, but finally, Sam, a round on the board.
Well, you know what? Better late than never, as they say, and it certainly isn't too little too late just yet. Neither one of these teams has confirmed a lead at the half, so I think they still have a chance to bite back. And I love that, as I was saying, we need to see some adaptations. That's when we start to see it, right? Really good off angles, a fantastic lurk all the way around towards apartments from Nigma Galaxy, pincering poor Astra into that small little area where she just can't get out of. That's the type of play that we need to see a little bit more from Nigma.
Yeah, it was aggressive plays. Smart plays as well, but the fact that Jenkins been allowed up in towards this window position, if they don't have a read on this, it's going to be dangerous. I don't think they do. Missy's just ignoring this. I don't think she even has an idea that there's going to be a play around this corner. Getting ever closer. Smoke comes out. I mean, Jenkins is going to be still playing around this at the moment. That smoke, trying to bait a player in. Jenkins' position may well have at least been hinted at now. Thanks to that smoke. Oh, no. Jenkins, headshot onto Missy. We just caught it there. Anna is going to be chucking out the flash, but Naomi's going to be jumping around the corner, even if I can catch my words. Speedy Gonzalez, and well, Anna finds one, but the trade is so quick. So fast. Now Cat and Vilga have to try and go in for the trade, and unfortunately they can't find their way through jungle. So instead, Vilga's going to be going in for the backstab, but it's going to be a 2v4, Sam. I just don't see how this is going to be possible. Nigma finding that win was great, but trying to turn that into a successive series of wins, it seems to be a little bit too difficult. There we go. Vilga goes down at this point. Cat, I mean, saving would be great, but at the end of the day, if she can take a couple of weapons off these players, it'd be good. And honestly, she's not going to get a chance to save unless she finds the kills now. Speaks in towards the site, and that's perfect. Jenkins jumps in, gets another kill. Her second on the board this round. Really well played, Sam. We're 7 rounds already.
I mean, this is starting to look really, really good. And I think that, like, as much as we talk about the fact that poor Nigma have a stand-in, we also have to remember Ninjas in Pyjamas. This is the team that beat them, right? The only team that has been able to beat them in a best of 3 so far. It wasn't in a grand final, so it wasn't on our pretty graphics earlier. It happened during the Impact League, but it has happened. So as much as we, you know, feel a bit sad for Nigma, we gotta put some respect on Ninjas in Pyjamas. They've put so much work into this. And, you know, of course, Mirage was one of the maps that they beat Nigma Galaxy on previously. It was a 16-14, very close affair. And, well, Ninjas in Pyjamas just looking to better that scoreline. And they're looking so clean and clinical right now. Even if Nigma were at full strength, I think that Ninjas, I mean, we were talking about it before we even knew about the Tori situation. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a Ninjas in Pyjamas win. You know, you and I, we were in sync on that one. I think the stand-in just kind of cemented that a little bit for us. But we always knew, right? This Ninjas in Pyjamas roster, exceptional group of ladies.
Yeah, a bunch of young guns. I mean, their youngest player is 17 years old. There's 2 18-year-olds. They're full of skill and energy that is just great to see. And what we need from these kinds of teams. And obviously, Nigma having to come into this with a disadvantage sucks. We do know that Missy is going to be backing out and Tori's going to be rejoining the server. Obviously, just watch your screens. That should happen at some point, but otherwise we'll confirm if anything else changes. But yeah, I mean, coming into this, I was saying to you, I was like, well, it's either going to be a 2-1 in favor of NIP, or I just didn't. that was just what I could see on the cards, especially with the fact that we know that Mirage is picked, and like you were saying, they beat Nigma on that before. The fact that they've got this lead, it's really kind of cementing that. But what do you make of the second map that we'll be going into on Overpass?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the really interesting one. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Again, you know, I saw some comments like this, but you saw the map veto and some people like, oh, well, that's terribly exciting of you. And it's true, right? Mirage, Inferno, and then you have Overpass, which is very quickly becoming the third map in the Holy Trinity. It used to be Dust 2. So it's very, very straightforward, I feel like. And I think that might be what's being leaned into here. You take the maps that you understand the best at a fundamental level that you've been playing since the dawn of CS just about, rather than risking it on some of the newer, more kind of mechanical heavy, or rather strategic heavy maps. This way you can rely a lot more on that individual skill, and when you couple that with your strategies, you kind of shoot off a little bit, you know, a little bit further than what you would have. So I think it's definitely a safe bet, which is probably the reasoning behind it, but I'm very interested to see how it is actually going to play out.
Seems like there is buys coming out, so maybe things are being sorted. I think they might need a bit of a refresh on the UI, if I'm right in saying. And then I think that's the case. That is that she has joined. There we go. No. Still not there. There we go. There we go. Chatters. It is now sorted, and you can see Tori.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, she said to Missy, "Thank you very much. Hold my beer," and she jumped in the ring.
Thank you for stealing my joke, Tom. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, thank you.
Someone else, to be fair.
Nigma haven't really played Overpass either. With it being their pick, makes it more interesting.
See how it goes. Probably one of the first times I've seen this in a long time. Player comes back into play. Substitute is stepping out. Thank you very much from Missy, though. It was some golden plays from her. Big props. Make sure to go show her some love. Either way, we dive into this. NIP looking very convincing so far. See if this can get changed. Nigma with pistols. We saw them do a lot of damage with these before. Anna with one, but the trade's going to be coming out thick and fast. Vilga with a rifle, unable to get a conversion with it whatsoever. Last player left alive is going to be Cat. Nothing happens, and Tori's first round back in, no kill, but that's fine. Probably needs to warm up a little bit.
Yeah, I think the panic of trying to get everything sorted out probably left her a little bit flustered. So give her a round or two just to ease into it. Unfortunately, Nigma don't really have a round or two. 8 rounds here, 7-round lead for Ninjas in Pyjamas, and Nigma Galaxy really need to start putting some rounds on the board. Ninjas in Pyjamas have full run of this map, and again, it comes down to that pacing. They're just being completely outpaced.
Yeah, we expect them to potentially do a lot better on Overpass, but they at least need to try and make this a close affair to have me convinced that they can do that on Overpass. We'll have to wait and see. Tori's back, and honestly, this could be the fire that lights underneath third. Cap, meanwhile, Underpass gets the kill on Carrera. Some good initial moves. Veal going towards mid, looking to try and play a little bit dominant, but the Molly's going to be burning her away. She has to back off. Jenkin as well going to be pushing. Paulie, oh god, that is not a fight you lose, but she does, and 23 gets the kill. That's going to be 2 players down. They need 6 rounds in a row to try and get the best result they can on this half, and Cat, she's looking convincing. Her position should have been known, but instead she gets the kill and Jenkin goes down. Well, Astra, last one alive to try and kick this into gear, a 1v5. Odds are she doesn't manage to, but she does spot out some legs. Or as Lucy would say, spots out some feet. Oh, gets a kill as well. So at least, you know, her position's known. Bomb as well is to be seen in her grasp. Watch for her. Anna has a lockdown. Really well played from the side of Nigma. Tori coming in a little bit spicy there.
Yeah, the rallying cry has been heard. Their sister reunited with them. Nigma Galaxy reinvigorated. I don't know if that's actually what happened, but to be fair, that was a really, really good round. They had tried some of that aggression in prior rounds, and Ninja Pyjamas generally tended to kind of catch them off guard, but this time they seem to be a little bit more steadfast in their aim, a little bit more steadfast in those angles. Managing to win out those duels makes a huge difference, and well, at least they'll have at least 2 rounds into the next.
Tori starts off spices as well, going to be able to get the first kill. They're going to be pushing through ramp, looking to try and find another kill. But he's going to be able to upgrade a gun. 23 is going to be low. Astra goes for the aggressive push. He goes almost down to half HP. Now 2 HP even. And Vilga, she goes in for more. A little bit too eager. Too greedy there, maybe. She falls. The damage is out. Astra's down to 2 HP, but she's the AWP player here. Naomi is going to be low as well. Tori finds a 3rd kill of this series so far. 2nd on this round. See if she can find some more here. Cats! I think that was a bit of an odd peek from herself, a little bit of a mistake. Anna gonna have to try and make up for her teammates' past discretion. Shots are missed. She gets burnt alive. She can't go in for the over-aggressive PK like her teammates have, so she has to wait. Astra gonna be holding over towards short smoke. Gonna be coming out, blocking out her vision as well. This is really well played by NIP. Capitalizing on Cat's mistake. Vilga playing too aggressive as well into short. And all 3 players going to be playing in from market. This is going to be a difficult spot for them to try and come out from. Paulie has this position held. She goes for the spray, takes down 2. They don't even see where the bullets come from. Anna, now in a difficult spot. They just can't time these rounds together, Sam. They find one, and it was so convincing last round. But now, it goes into the second that they just can't pull it together.
I feel like a lot of this round comes down to, so Astra plays hyper aggressive and is very nearly punished for it. But luckily for her, she has a teammate that is able to kind of swing out as she hides behind cover after that nade comes through and gets that trade across. I believe it was Naomi that got that one. And that is huge because now with Astra alive, that's a 3rd body and that's the AWPer as well. So she's gonna play a little bit further back, right? Generally speaking, when we remember that what got her into that situation was playing a little bit too aggressively. But the rest of her team hold down this site really nicely. And again, it's another situation of Nigma trying to push as a stack into the site together instead of maybe going buddy system.
Come on. They peeked so dry in towards that ramp position. They deserve to get punished there. Quite a few mistakes I'm seeing here from Nigma's side. They're going to need to pull it together fast. Don't want to lose any more rounds. Tori with the kill, but she's going to get slapped back. Down to 14 HP. They're going to be pushing and getting the kill as well. Jenkin mid-flight is going to be able to pick up the kill. Vilga gets damage onto Naomi, but it's not going to be enough to really cause any concern for their side. They've got the position. Jenkin peeks up into wars. Ladder Rune gets the headshot as well. They are just dissecting this team. Having no issues in doing so either on most of these rounds. Carrera's going to be peeking in, gets the kill into Cat, and this leaves 23, AWP in hand. a lack of hope. I think you go hunting for this. Once you get the bomb down, you secure the site, you go in for the hunt. Never mind. I probably would be less eager to do that now. You do know she's got an AWP. But if you have a look at the economy on NIP side, probably not worth it now.
Definitely not. Don't want to lose more players if you don't have to. If we're able to get that kill there and 23 goes down right there in Palace, cool, great. We'll take those. But now it's definitely not worth the push. And what's interesting to me here is that I never thought I would say this against Nigma, but it really does feel like they're being a little outclassed. The 1v1s are generally being won by ninjas in pajamas. Nigma need to rely on the buddy system a lot to win some of these duels, whereas Nigma seem to be very much in control. The pacing is also very much in Nigma's favor. The utility usage, some of these flashes have enabled so many incredible plays. It's just been a masterclass on Mirage from Ninjas in Pajamas, and from Nigma's side, there have been a few mistakes. Tori's come in swinging. She is hot to trot, but there have been a few misplays here and there, right? Like you said, that peek through the smoke, basically dry into that archway, instantly loses them a player early on in the round. Little things like that are causing this runaway train.
Jenkins gonna get pushed in. Tori with the double kill. Neremy falls. Tori could be the hope that they need and want. Herrera spotted out a player, goes over the shots, takes no damage onto that player there. Astra gets killed towards Cat. Keep in mind, Tori's on 1 HP now. Herrera's going to be able to find Vilga. All the work that Tori did is looking to be meaningless as she falls as well, leaving 2 players to try and pick up these pieces. The bomb isn't down yet. And look at this, 23. She's sneaking up behind Astra. Please find her. Get the knife kill. She's now up close and personal. The knife comes out. It stabs in. The kill rains through. She plays for info. It's going to be Anna with the kill there, though, on towards Carrera. And Paul is left wondering where she has to go. She's got a minute to play with. This is such a fast and explosive round. Tori, those first initial kills were so good.
I'm really enjoying all the different ways you find to pronounce Kiara. It's been great.
Oh my. It's an odd name for me, all right?
Oh, this read. They've gone all the way over to B. Paulie has complete control of the A site. This will be figured out, but it's going to be a retake with a rifle and an AWP. This is going to have to be perfect. Remember, there's no kit as well, so timing is going to be absolutely everything.
She has got a molly and a flash and a nade, so there's a few unique ways she could play this. Let's see how she does this. Playing aggressive against them is actually a fairly good position here. Sitting in towards CT, as long as they don't both play her, but she's going to be peeking around. They're going to have their guns out, though, and she's caught off guard. She went in dry, unfortunately going to be falling a little bit short. 3rd round on the board, but an expensive one at that, as Nigma lose 3 of their players. And the money on the board for NIP just means they could buy into the next round.
Difficult one for Paulie to navigate. I kind of favored her situation a little bit, but I thought she might play a little bit further back, maybe closer towards Palace. But instead she goes for that kind of aggressive push down towards Long, and I think maybe that's where she gets caught a little unaware. I say maybe, that was definitely where she gets caught unawares, right? Like 2 players swing on her. Buddy system, very strong here for Nigma Galaxy, and that's finally their 3rd round on the board. I'm still concerned, even if they do manage to get these next 2 rounds, which realistically they could, especially if you take a look at how the cash is going. Like, obviously, Naomi's got quite a lot of cash and a few of the other players as well, so they can kind of spread the wealth around, but now they're on that knife's edge. So if Nigma can, drive this round home, then realistically the next round is in their favor, but a 10-5 half doesn't leave a lot of confidence, and there is every possibility that Ninjas in Pajamas just win the next 2 rounds, so there's a lot of concern here.
Hopefully Nigma can break that curse. This position is actually really good for them. Could catch Astra off guard. She hasn't seen this from them before, so playing in towards this spot, but it's all going to be down about her pre-aim and spot on this. They're going for a flash. It's not going to work out. Their spray's going to be coming through. They get the kill, but Astra with the trade-off. Kiara gets the kill onto Cats. It's not going to be so good. Vilga. Playing aggressive towards apartments is great, but it's all going to be down if she gets caught off guard here by this player. not realize she's going to be here either. She's going to carry on playing aggressive. She has no chill. She might get caught off guard by this AK though. No, she wins that fight, turns around, but it's too late. The bomb's gone. Tori looking to catch this play off guard. It's going to be Astra. Drops the bomb towards T-spawn. Just outside Palace there. They're now going to have to... They're all over the place. This is some scattered teams, if I've seen any. They need this fourth round so badly. Nigma going to be clawing to bring this in.
The funniest part about this is that they don't realize that Paulie had been chilling in Palace, so she's gone back, retrieved the bomb, and is heading over to the B site. She's the last one left alive, but hey, I do love the very interesting roundabout way that this round has gone.
It's I was trying to do like all the calculations in my head. Just like, well, I mean, if she goes there, if they go there, but it's like, well, I mean, who knows? They're just all over the place here, and it's going to be fourth round in a row, and finally Nigma break back her Sam. Will 5 rounds be enough if they manage to claw it back?
That is the question. And interestingly enough, this is one of those rounds where ninjas played a slightly slower pace, and they get punished for it. They tend to do really well when they have a faster pace, when they're very much in control of the tempo and they're driving Nigma back. When they slow down and they give Nigma the time to explore the map and to cut off those rotations, to clear out these spaces, that's when Nigma starts to really shine. So it feels like ninjas need to maybe keep up that fast pace. And like we said, losing that round, economy pretty broken. So it's a broken bye to end out the half.
10 rounds. They're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves, but Tori definitely has come in here and really imprinted herself into this round, into this map so far. Smoke's going out, but it's going to be a little bit too late. Molly eventually going to be going through. Kat's going to have to go for a multi-kill here, but going to get taken down. Anna with one, Vilga with a second. Anna going in for a third, hits the leg. Vilga finishes off the player. Now it's going to be a 1v4, running out of bullets. Vilga's going to have to be careful. Goes in for the pistol, but Astra is going to be taking care of business. Picks up the bomb, AK as well. There is a world in which she is able to pull this off, but it's a very wild one here. Nope, not this time round. Really well played by these teams.
Yes, sir. Not the half I think that Nigma Galaxy were hoping for, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. If they can win that pistol round, maybe, just maybe, they bring it back.
I mean, there's such a small chance here. It's going to be a difficult one. This is the map that we saw NIP come in with advantages on. But we'll have to wait and see. We're going to go into a quick break. We'll be back after these highlights in the break with the second half. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back after that break. Hopefully you were able to go and grab some popcorn and drinks. I know I was, and I'm excited, Sam. We got the next map up. It's going to be, well, not next map, sorry, second half.
Yeah, it was a 10-5 half here. Ninjas in Pyjamas looking very much in control. They concede 5 rounds, but let's face it, they very much had that map on lock. Now as we swap sides, I said it before we threw it to the break, this pistol round is going to mean everything to Nigma. At the very least, a bomb plant is needed, but that round win, that could make all the difference.
You know what I'm not seeing here is a pair of Julies. So I'm a little bit disappointed. We can't. I can't do my reenactment of Heather's or Brandon's pew 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 pew. I did it anyway. Tori finally picks up a gun. I was wondering if that was a glitch in the UI or not, but no, she literally just had no gun for the last 30 seconds. Either way, execution in towards B is coming through. Cat looking to try and find these kills. The shot's going to be draining out. Finally going to be able to hit a headshot. Peeks around, but Naomi's going to be splatting her head. Looking to try and find some more as well. It's going to be Astra going down. Anna with another one. This is looking good. Nigma coming into this healthy. 2 players left. And Paulie, she's used to being in these clutch situations, but 23's got this angle held at the moment with the teammate on the other side of as well. The headshot's going to be raining through. And this last player, no defuse kit, some armor, USB in hands. They're going to be playing aggressive against her. 23 with another kill. That's going to be a third to make it a triple.
Beautiful start to the round, exactly what they wanted. Round in the back pocket, going to be able to buy up here, and that's going to potentially springboard them a little bit further on. We know that pistol rounds can be a little coin flippy from time to time, but it did feel like a very strong approach to this particular bomb site, this particular round from Nigma. So if they can continue on with that same trend, then I think we're in for an absolute treat in this half. Reverse sweep, anyone?
Could be. And if they do win this map, then honestly, third map's back on the table. Vilga holding this angle as well. Not going to get a chance to get a kill. The headshot going to be raining out against her. Anna with 2. The Nemi's going to be falling out. These USBs going to be sharp and strong. Very few bullets, but it's going to be enough. That money, 5 kills, that ace coming out from Anna, going to land her on 7.8k.
What I was saying about Anna, man. Such a good player. You cannot... It would not be possible to overhype this player. Same with Vilga, right? You can't overhype them. And that was a fantastic performance. Again, more or less what we expected coming out of this round. It was like a USP round from Ninjas in Pyjamas. So the little bit that they did manage to get done is great. They do a little bit of damage to that economy. But for all intents and purposes, that was a very strong Nigma round.
Says he's coming out, going to be giving away the positions of one other player. Vilga going to be chucking in the Molotov. Have to be careful making this jump, but the Mac 10 on Vilga, honestly, not going to be in the most favorable position at the moment. Acting as a bit of a distraction, trying to make her way in here, but Paulie going to be peeking through, going to get spotted out. The damage going to be coming through, but instead, her teammate's going to be able to get the kill. Tori does find one. Vilga's going to fall eventually. Gara is going to be coming in from this stair position. Let's get a kill. Anna, we try and help our teammate out. She spent a lot of her money here on this AWP. The bomb does go out. She jumps out of Palace as well. Don't know if they knew she was there. The bomb is in a bit of a dangerous position. Smoke going to be coming out towards ramp. She's going to have to play aggressive with this AWP. Not exactly where I'd want to be positioned with it. She finds first kill, but the follow-up player going to be pushing aggressive, gets the kill. And that is going to be Cat left in a 1v2. Makes it a 1v1. The bomb was tapped. Cat going in for the spray here. Gets the initial damage. Jenkins is going to be down to 37 HP here. 0 utility on either side. No defuse kit either. No round win. The AWP is going to be a little bit too far away to recover. So it's going to be a costly loss for Anna there. But still, a round win.
Yeah, I mean, they got to keep those round wins coming. Into the back pocket they go, getting into reserve. Only a 2-round deficit now, as Nigma slowly claw their way back into this game. Bearing in mind the rounds have been kept very, very close, with Nigma only having a few players left alive in the last few rounds, and that can make an important difference. I say the last few, it was the previous round and then like 2 rounds back. But that can make a huge difference in the long run. For now, however, super comfortable. Deagle's on the board for Ninjas in Pyjamas, and while that can do a ton of damage, it's going to take a lot more than that.
Yeah. Vigil was doing a lot of good work here with Mac 10 in the last round. I was kind of wondering why she was playing so haberdash, but it did work out. Oh, Astra headshot comes through, but the trade from Vilga does happen. Jenkins headshot going to be raining out. 3v4. It's all about trying to damage the economy here. Oh, Jenkins has done the animation here. That means the next shot's going to be a headshot. That's how it works. Charging up the Deagle. The boost may work out as well. Going in for the peak. At least it could be a kill, because Vilga's low HP, so as soon as she exposes herself to the short position, she could go down. 23, pushes on, gets the kill. 2v3, not looking so good now. They know where one of the other players is. They're going to be spraying through the wall. Paulie's going to be in a dangerous position. I don't think she'll spot it out there. She's going to have to hit the headshot, but only hits one of the legs. Jenkins low, all the way to down to 0 as Tori picks up 2. Looking very good here.
Another pretty much anti-eco. Nice buy versus the pistols, and goes more or less again to be expected. I must say, this recovery from Nigma has been fantastic. And I think a part of that is also having that little break between the rounds. Tori taking a moment to not have to feel so flustered, right? Like she could take a breath, calm down for a moment, and really engage gears. And now we're seeing the Nigma that we've come to know and love. Now we're seeing what this team is really capable of.
Yeah, on paper, Nigma, best women's CSGO team in the world. Absolutely dominant. But NIP have kind of been their kryptonite in the last season. A team that have been proven very good so far. It's still going to be difficult. Nigma are not going to be making this easy, especially with Tori now back on form. Still got disadvantage on her side. And what? They're just going to destroy them. 23 and Tori. Naomi's going to have to try and pick up a triple here. Finds one. 23 is going to be backing off. Molly's going to be raining out, but she's going to be playing aggressive. She finds the triple. She does exactly what her team needs her to do. She's still got 58 HP, but she's going to have to try and dance around the flames here, and she does it, but not for long enough. She goes down. Jenkins still alive. They don't expect her to be here whatsoever. You can see they're planting away towards the CT position, so now all Jenkins has to do is try and hold this. She finds the first kill. Astra, not alive. It's actually going to be Anna, the AWP there. Holding it down, trying to find this player, but not going to happen. Jenkins too sharp, too quick. Love to see it. AWP in her hand. Astra's going to be thanking her for that.
I was a little panicked there. I'm like, oh man, if you allow her the time to scope in, if you allow her that sight line, and then the flash came out, and I was like, yeah, this could be it. Obviously, she's still behind box. The flash doesn't actually connect, and still, that final kill comes through. Fantastic work to clutch out that round, and a much needed round for Ninjas in Pyjamas as well. It's their first round that they've been able to get on this half, and they're starting to potentially see the results of that. Nigma down onto 1 Galil and a little bit of limited utility, so slowly chipping away.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to talk about that position from Naomi as well, and being able to get a triple is absolutely huge. Good initial kill though. Going to be coming out, next going to leave. Then we're going to be down with one player. The spray from Anna comes through. Doesn't, well, okay, never mind. It does eventually hit through the smoke. Cat onto Paulie as well. Astra going in for the nice trade-off and going in for the no-scope. It's not going to work. They've dominated this A site. The bomb is down, but it doesn't matter. They're just going to be destroying these players. They don't even have to plant the bomb, Sam. Nigma trying to clap back.
Yeah, I mean, that was chaos. That was the purest of chaos, and I loved it, right? Nigma literally giving Ninjas in Pyjamas a taste of their own medicine. That same aggression, that same fast-paced play where they just take full control of the map, push Ninjas in Pyjamas back, pincer them in, right? We saw that happening with Astra as well. She gets stuck here between like 3 players, and while she's able to get 1 kill, the last 2 remaining pincer her in. She has nowhere to go, and that's what Nigma are doing so well, cutting off that space, denying movement.
This is just like a different team, Nigma settling in. And just FYI for those of you out there just joining us, I mean, Tori's actually playing in from a internet cafe at the moment due to some technical issues, so she's got a massive disadvantage on her side, and she's still doing fantastic work. Naomi, she was a clutch meister for this team before, but she's not going to do it this time. Send back in these pistols may not be enough. Jenkins sees Ed in the park. You don't really want to see this on board too often, but this time it might work. Never mind. Tori out the window gets the kill. Deagle, never mind. Tori again. That is going to be her 3rd kill. Can't get an ace, but The quad could be coming through, but no, Paulie bounces back, gets a kill. There's no way she can try and go in for the win here. No defuse kit, very little firepower, and no life as well. Anna has the angle cut down. 22-11, Anna, come on.
And we've evened out the score lines. I wasn't sure that we would get here, right? 10-5 in the first half. I was like, things looking a little bit dicey for the favorites in this matchup, as it were. But no, Nigma Galaxy, they get it together. They're showing that same control that we saw. And Ninjas in Pyjamas don't seem to have a response. They understand this type of playstyle. It's very similar to their own, but they have no way of answering back. They look just as lost as what Nigma did when the tides were turned.
I mean, second time out there, Sam. If I'm right in saying Nigma haven't used a timeout, I have to get that double checked, but I'm fairly certain they haven't as of yet, which is, you know, pretty interesting considering they came into this with a disadvantage. They have also obviously managed to switch out a player, bring in Tori. And without Tori, I don't think they'd be in this position.
Good usual though now.
Yeah. Paulie going to be playing aggressive. If they throw the right flashes, they could catch her off guard, but honestly, she's really up close and personal here. And Kat's going to be going in, and it seems like it's going to be a dry peek as well, but she gets the shots. She ducks around the crosshair, gets the dome shot as well. That's going to be Paulie going down. Astra Holden from Ticker Booth at the moment. The CT spots the AWP, but it's not going to be a fast, explosive initial round here from Nigma. They could have waited a moment. They get the initial kill from the player that was playing aggressive from NIP. Now they just wait. Vilga's playing anchor. A little bit of a lurk over towards B. She knows the smoke's out there as well, so they're just waiting for her to be able to play around that position. Once she can play and push towards B, that's going to be the time to go for it as well. The smoke's gone. She has time to play around this. There's two players from the NIP side over there. So no matter what, Nigma going to be in a 4v2 situation here over towards the A side. Astra going to be looking to try and play around this one-way smoke on the Ticker Booth at the moment, but can't quite spot out anyone because they're not pushing through this position yet. She goes for the shot, hits nothing. 23 pushes up. She's going to get taken down. Carrera doing a fantastic job. It's not over yet. The bomb looking to try and get planted, but it's not working. NIP, they've come back in. They're reinvigorated. Vilga going to be coming in from the rear here, from the flank, trying to find the kills. Cat with one, Vilga with another. All of a sudden, it's going to be a 2v2. The advantage from NIP is lost as quickly as it was gained. Bomb. It's going to be planted in position. It could get slightly wall-banged here, but it doesn't matter. Vilga goes over the spray. Bomb goes out. 1v2. Spray from Cat. She finds the first kill. Astra going to be very low HP. The shots ring out. She can't do anything. Cat with a fantastic clutch. Finally winning them the advantage here.
Oh, that was also a round that looked like it was gonna go one way, and then it didn't. Getting that first kill is so impactful, but Ninjas in Pyjamas don't bite. They don't make a full rotation. They keep this site on lock, and slowly but surely they whittle away at Nigma Galaxy's forces. Vilga's lurk comes in very, very late, and I start to wonder, you know, is that going to be timed too badly? Is she not going to be in position to actually get the full effectiveness from that lurk? But no, she actually arrives just in the nick of time and helps her teammate not only plant the bomb, but then get that final kill onto Astra as well. Beautiful clutch moment there from Nigma to finally get them into the lead, 12-11. A situation that I don't think a lot of us expected.
No. First time out as well from Nigma Galaxy. Never like doing that after being on a bit of a run around like that. It kind of work out. Trail around on the board, looking good. Pistols in the side of NIP. I mean, it's not looking so good for them, but as I say that, I'm going to cast a curse hit, and Cat does go down. Good shot from these Deagles. Such a powerful gun. Tori spots out this player, but can't get the headshot in time, and Astra takes hers off. Looking very good. The Deagles looking absolutely dominant here so far, but seemingly looking to change. Vilga trying to take the lead here for her team. Knows there's going to be playing onto side 23. Fortunately, her teammate's gun has been picked up. He's going to be coming out. Astra has to play aggressive around this pillar and wins that 1v1. From pistols to heroes. Anna, Vilga, left in a 2v4. Disadvantage on the player count, but they've got the guns, they've got the position, and they're going to find out multiple kills. That Vilga looking in for another one, going in for the knife kill of all things. It's going to be a 1v2. Astra with 9 HP. They've at least done the damage, but they know, well, she has to know that they know where she is, what is going on. That knife kill of all things. Vilga, you absolute beast. They want to try and give her this ace as well. She's got 18 HP, so she can't play too dangerously on this front. Going to be playing in the corner. Astra on top of Anna at the moment, but Anna has to take it. Well played.
That was cheeky. That was cheeky. And a part of me is going, no way you let her get that knife. I don't know. The spray and pray, I thought maybe it would come out clutch. But it looks like we have a second knife in this map. It's not often you see 2 knife kills in one map, and I think it was a little bit of like a revenge play, but it happened, and here we are. 2 knives down. Now all we need is a Zeus, right? And it'll just be, and a shotgun. Zeus, a shotgun, and a knife, and you have like the holy trinity of BM. Be great.
Yeah, it'll be a shock if we'll see that.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-ts. Vilga. I was about to give her a massive compliment and she fails to flash. I don't know if I should give it to her now, but she really has been trying to get the money in for her team. She's been doing a really good job of this. That knife, extra cash in the bank. She got 7.8k. It's a lot of money. Anna too. And Anna's got the AWP in hands as well. Nigma Galaxy up to Nigma Galaxy things. 23 made her way in towards mid. Has been spotted out. Gonna have to be careful. Flash is not going to be too effective. The second one is, though. Has to make her back off. Vilga, she falls very early. Pool gets that kill. 23 as well, going to be falling. I was a little bit too slow on that front. Jenkin, sharp aim, takes the player down. They have player advantage. Tori's trying to get position here. May well have just been spotted by Paulie. Alright. Gonna have to play aggressive against this flash. Gonna be coming through. It wasn't really worthwhile, but it made it work. Tori definitely should have been able to get that kill, but failed to be able to respond in time. Anna gets clipped as she jumps. Stays alive, but is going to be very low on HP. And Jenkin's going to be playing aggressive push down mid. Cat is there to try and catch her off guard if she plays over aggressive, which she might as well do. Playing for that information at the moment. There's still 13 seconds left on the clock, but she goes down. 12th around the board here for them, Sam, on NIP's side. Equalizer? Yes or no?
Ooh, tough to say. I think, given the economy, I think that it's going to be pretty easy for Nigma to maintain that control. I think a lot of what that round came down to, similar to actually what we saw in the previous half, where Ninjas in Pyjamas take a lot of these faster-paced rounds, and then they take a slow round, and they just get clapped. And this is a similar thing. So Nigma have been playing also that very, very aggressive, very fast-paced play style. They take a slightly slower approach, and Ninjas in Pyjamas are able to outmaneuver them with some really good map control. And that's kind of the big concern here, is that it makes it very difficult to be dynamic in your play style when there's only really one style that seems to be working against this team in particular.
Be aggressive, be explosive. Vilga trying to play through this smoke. That is so dangerous. Bully over towards CT. Vilga does get that kill as well, catches the player off guard, but she is now going to be very low herself. Paulie has been spotted out. They're going to be playing aggressive. She's going to be able to find one. Tori, even though Flash does get the trade-off. It's 23 is taken down. Flash out towards CT as well. Asher's going to be blind, but still looks to go for the shot. Fails to land it, though. Jenkins going to be very close on site. Anna might get caught off guard, but it's going to be Cat spotting her out as well. Jenkins going to be playing around the box. Her teammate's going to be able to pick the kill up. Cat get this trade-off. Naomi left in a 1v1. Tori has to go for the spray. She just plays aggressive.
Had her back turned. I mean, it was the perfect moment. If there was going to be a time to push out and attack that player, that was the one. When she had all of her defenses down, she was trying to lay a smoke to go for the defuse, and it just was not going to happen. I will say that when you were like, be aggressive, the first thing that came into my head was like those American cheerleaders that like, be aggressive, be aggressive. And again, that's what they did. And it worked. That is their playstyle. That is what they have to lean into. Oh. No way, Xana.
That's what we like to see. Spicy AWP shots. That is what I like. I'll have to see it. Vilga. Pushing down. It's not really explosive action this time around. They have taken a step back, but it's not out of choice. They're waiting around these smokes at the moment. Vilga not looking to try and play deep into the smoke. 2 rounds in a row. She tried her luck. But she's going to be chucking a smoke on Flare. It's going to give a potential position. Jenkins got this angle as well. Hell, she's going to go for the spray. Misses a lot of shots, but eventually gets the kill. Vilga going to go down. Hannah has to be careful. There is a player pushed up in towards Pyjamas at the moment. Naomi looking to lock this down. Famis in hand. Astra with 1 on towards 23. Naomi pushes, going to fall. This opens up this B site. They can go and play aggressive. Tori, if she can hold down short for her teammates, this is going to be absolutely detrimental. Astra with AWP holding in from Market. Not Kitchen. It's not Kitchen. It's never been Kitchen. Jenkins. Oh my god, Tori. She made the jump but made some noise, and that's going to be them falling. I thought they might have just been able to push over towards B this time round, but they predicted potentially the hold from Market. Have to try and find this player here. I know AWP at the moment. She's going to be peeking up on towards short. Hits the kill. Exactly what you want from the 60 HP. That plant looks to come through, but oh my god, they switch position. Astra gets the kill. 7 seconds left on the clock. You have to go for the hold. Paulie can peek in. This is going to be the 13th round on the board for NIP. Really well played. I mean, NIP just outplaying Nigma every turn in that round.
Yeah, I mean, that also felt like a round where Nigma make a couple of mistakes, right? Like one of those, the reposition so that you are in full view of that mid angle. Man, that opening shot, that's going to stick with me for the rest of my life. That was so good. But this was a really, like you said, it was a solid performance here from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Really good map control, a bit more of a passive play, so they don't try to kind of out-aggressive the Nigma Galaxy players. Instead, they hold back a little bit. They let them take some of that space, and then they kind of fan out. They really do kind of live into the name of the ninja, hide in the shadows and catch them off guard, and now they've push them back down on pistols. I don't know if it's too early to call, but I'm feeling that OT. We've been waiting for it. I think this is where it's going to happen.
I think it's a strong possibility. This is the closest match we've seen so far in this tournament. Nigma, they've just got very little to their name. Going in for the pistols, they're going to have to play in to try and take it to the 15th round and deny NIP this, but the kills are going to, you know, one does come out. That's going to be all she wrote. Sam, 14-14. Interesting scoreline, and that means one of these teams are going to be able to get at least the penultimate round on the board.
By the end of this round, we will have whoever is on map point. I do think it's interesting just to point out that the last time they played on this map, it was actually Nigma's map pick. And this time around, it's Ninjas in Pyjamas who are like, you know what? We quite like that map. We thought that went quite well for us. So they picked into it, and they did. It was 16-14, which we could very easily replicate here in either direction. Economy is messy, at least for Nigma's Galaxy. Ninjas in Pyjamas still kind of okay, but not great by any measure. So by the end of this round, we could have a very clear indicator of who will be taking this first map.
Yeah, I mean, Anna's had to play into this round with no armor. That's a sign of like, okay, we're on our last legs. Which is a bit scary, especially if NIP do manage to win this round. There's no initial kill, and there's no initial aggressive push as well. There's very little utility for them to mess around with at the start. They have to go in for real sort of executions or peeks that are going to turn into a kill. Jenkins peeks in, gets the damage. The nade's going to be coming through. That should be a kill as well. Oh no, Kat. She's been so crucial for her team. Those entries, but it's not going to happen this time round. And coming in from the connector position, the spray comes out, the kill doesn't. It's actually going to be in turn. Paulie and Jenkins come in to help. Paulie eventually goes down, but not before taking... Oh no, sorry, she didn't go down. What we're talking about, Jenkins went down. That's 2 kills though. Nigma looking dangerous. Tori takes advantage of Astra looking away. Peeks on in and gets the kill. Paulie can be on this angle tight as well, but the headshot comes through. Tori, the hero they need, and now Naomi, MP9 in hand. There's an AK that she could be picking up. That's exactly what she needs right now. Going in for the spot. She has been spotted. That's going to be the 50th round on the side of Nigma Galaxy. Economy not looking too hot for NIP.
And Ninja Pyjamas had everything going for them in that round. They had the control, they had the numbers advantage, and so much of it comes down to Tori, that play against Astra, where because she's scoped in, she doesn't have the full view of the battlefield, and as she's scoping out, as she's trying to retreat, that's when Tori swings out and gets that kill, and she follows it up with the second, cracks open that site like a can of tuna. That's a ninja salad right there. Bomb goes down, round in the bag, and it's a broken bye for Ninjas in Pyjamas to attempt to take us to OT.
That's a fishy reference if I've ever seen one. But we move on. Tac pause coming out from Nigma. That's an interesting one. I think NIP would have done one either way. At least they should have. I have to say, I'm actually not too worried about NIP's buy here. Because of the way that Nigma play, these guns could actually be fairly good, especially the MP9 from one of them. It's all going to be down to this initial push. If they can catch Nigma off guard, find the initial advantage, get the first couple of kills, that'd be absolutely amazing. But, you know, that's just, you know, standard in the game. Just pointing out the obvious here. Is this going to be the reverse, Sam? Is this going to be 16-14 in favor of Nigma Galaxy, showing that they've learned, and even when they have a disadvantage, they can come through fighting, showing that they've done their homework. Astra with the initial nade, gonna land. It's 28 points of damage to Vilga. Nothing to laugh out against, especially when you've got these weaker guns on the board, the Pyjamas and the MP9. Over towards B, they look to roam. Jenkins has been spotted out. Naomi, meanwhile, sitting up in towards the apartments. Has got some time on her side at the moment. Kyara. Oh, that flash does actually work. I thought she missed it. Nigma Galaxy not looking to dedicate themselves to one spot at the moment. They're waiting, and look at this MP9. Like I said, if they play it in the right positions, they have the advantage, and Jenkins gets the second one. 23 goes down. Overtime, it's looking likely. Less so now. Vilga pushes onto side, but there's going to be pulling in towards Ninja at the moment. Astra's going to be distracting them with the AWP. Finds a kill. It's going to be a 1v4. Anna has to try and bring this home, but can't. We're going to OT.
Yes, we've done it. Rejoice, chat. We have made it into overtime. So exciting here. I think that we couldn't have asked for a better semi-final. What an incredible performance. 15-15. Oh, clearly, you know, Nigma, they don't want to give up their title as the best women's team in the world. They've got a bit of an axe to grind against Ninjas in Pyjamas. Don't want to allow them to take even an inch of free space.
Oh, the leg shot comes through, but the player remains alive. First round of overtime. 1st to 19. If you're just joining us, this is the first map, and Astra hits the headshot to Vilga, a player that's been so crucial to get some of these initial kills as well. Tori looking to try and push over towards A, get a bit of vengeance on towards Paulie, potentially, who's sitting under Palace at the moment. Astra playing aggressive, may well have just been spotted, but Paulie on the side angle gets turned on, and Tori tries her best, but Kiara's going to be able to get the kill. Goes in for a triple even. They try pushing through into connector, but that's her spot. That's her position. Anna. 1v4 Sam. I just don't really have much hope for this. She spots out the player. Headshot comes through. But without a rifle, I think she's going to be in a whole load of trouble. Jumps up, goes in for the self boost. She gets spotted out, goes for the no-scope. If that landed, that would have been ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, after that first kill, position completely known, and that will have been communicated on to the rest of the team. So very few options for her in that moment. Good start to this overtime for Ninjas in Pyjamas. See if they can continue that along here. So far, so good. They've started to kind of clamp down a little bit onto Nigma, started to really get a feel for what their approaches are going to be like round after round. And that shot from Anna was nasty, regardless of the fact that she doesn't win the round. Like, she is just so good. Oh.
Astra, good initial kill. Playing aggressive in towards Underpass is definitely a turn of events. Vilga's going to be able to catch her off guard, though. Turns around, pre-fire in this angle, gets shots onto Kiara here, but it's not going to be what you want. Naomi gets the damage in, but not the kill on towards Cat. She's going to be rotating on over towards mid. NIP, they badly want this map. If they can go over towards the finals tomorrow, they'd be looking pretty good. We're still playing this a little bit slower than I may well have wished. Nigma, they haven't really got the players to do this with. Tori going to be in the same position again. Paulie's going to be under. Palace at the moment, she may not expect it to be there. Spray comes through, but she misses. Kira chucks out the flash rather. Cat in towards mid, gets a kill, and the rotation now has to come through from her teammate. She has to play through short by herself at the moment, and that cross is going to get watched by Kiera. But she's missed it. The flash is going to be covering up a transition as well. Going to leave Naomi, the player, to try and clutch this in a 1v2 over towards the B side at the moment. Smoke comes out. That's going to be covering up the window in towards that market, but the shots from Naomi finishes what she started earlier on. Gets the kill onto Cat. Anna, once again, left in her clutch situation of 1v3 this time. No scope comes through. She misses. She pushes in towards Market, misses the player, tries to go for the knife. At the moment, she's just sitting around the smoke. They're trying to go for the reverse knife here. She gets one stab in, but it's not going to be enough. Naomi trying to get some revenge for her teammates.
Just a fun little bit of trivia for anyone that didn't know. So Naomi and Kiara are actually twins, and their names are actually Naomi and Kiara, and they've taken like fun, interesting phonetic spellings for their in-game names. So you can see that in the N-A-O-Y, or N-A-Y-O. Spelling is hard. But it's quite cool. I quite like that. So there you go. There's some team trivia for you as we head into this next round of overtime. Nigma starting to feel that pressure again. That same pressure they were feeling in the first half. Ninjas in Pyjamas once again 1 round away from map point. Nigma going to be feeling a little stressed out, particularly when you have a look at what little cash they have left here, right? I mean, there's still at least 1 more round in this OT, and their money's in a really tight spot already.
Well, last round on this half, so doesn't really make too much of a difference, but Astra gets the kill on Totori. Trade's going to be coming through. Cat. Let's get out of business. Janking over towards short, though. This is not looking good for Nigma Galaxy right off the bat. They're going to be down 2 players. 23 can't even play aggressive through the smoke. Jenkin playing very defensively here, turtling up, trying to make sure that they can at least control the flow of time at the moment on this round. Does seem like it is going to be a B hit from them, but Astra, she's going to be turning this against them. Gets the first kill. Jenkin makes quick work of 1, and the follow-up is going to be onto Anna. NIP 1 round away, Sam, as we go through to the second half as they switch sides.
And it's map point. Nigma. This was previously their map pick against Ninjas in Pyjamas, and they lost it then. And now to have it picked against them to potentially lose it a second time, that could be absolutely devastating. Oh, I'm starting to get a little bit worried here, I must admit. Starting to get a little concerned.
Oh. I was going to say, especially when Astra's able to hit shots like that, but she misses her second and third shots. It's not looking so good. Naomi comes in, gets the initial kill, and Anna falls as well. This could be the end of this map. Well, Tori's going to be burning alive. Vilga left in a 1v4. She could potentially... Never mind. She's flashed out of this world. That is going to be GG well played. 19-15. Not a single round into the overtime as NIP put them to shame.
NIP had their backs against the walls as we headed into overtime, and that's when they decided so far, but no further. And I was taking a look at the last time that they matched up on this, and interestingly enough, so I mentioned that it was actually Nigma's map pick, right? So the first half went 8-7. it was a lot closer when it finally ended on that 16-4. So this comeback from Nigma in the first half, from that 10-5 deficit to claw so far back into the game, was so impressive. But unfortunately, at the finish line, when it mattered most, the Ninjas in Pyjamas ladies rallied themselves together and they stamped their foot in the ground.
Yeah, I was really impressed by the way NIP were able to adapt coming in towards obviously the overtime. They were showing a lot of gaps into their defense on their CT side. Obviously, that's where we saw a really good turn of events coming in from the side of Nigma Galaxy. Definitely happy with how they were playing on that one as well. So, I mean, if anything, any particular highlights for me before we chuck on over?
Anna's really nasty AWP shot in A main. I mean, that like I said, it's gonna live with me forever. Emoji. Also, the flick shot in mid up into the player on window who was literally a pixel. Just put together an Anna highlight reel, and those are my highlights from this map.
Yeah, there were a lot of good plays on that front. But let's hop over to a quick break, and we'll be back with the analyst desk right after this.
Gamers, UNICEF and I need you by our side for a real-life mission. A mission to protect the rights of every child. After news cameras have left, UNICEF is here. Every day, everywhere, but particularly where it's needed most. Did you know that more than 170 million children need UNICEF's humanitarian aid this year? At Gamers Without Borders, many of you have already chosen UNICEF, and I thank you for that. Choosing UNICEF is the easiest and smartest decision you can make, because you're investing in a child, and investing in a child guarantees lifelong returns, not only for that child, but also for their community and for our world.
The divisions in the world are stark. Recent years have shown some of the largest natural disasters ever in history. And that really hits hardest the people who had the least to begin with. These people need help. It would be a real tragedy if all these advances in science and health and technology only benefit people in a position to pay for them. There should be no lesser standard if you happen to be poor. These problems can be overcome. Direct Relief is a humanitarian, nonprofit health organization. The focus has been on the least fortunate, most vulnerable people. On a good day, things are tough for a lot of people in this world and in this country. And what we can do is mobilize private resources for their benefit and make it available free of charge. We're the first nonprofit in the history of the United States to obtain accreditation just like a commercial distributor. And it's been expanded geographically to every country in the world and every state and territory of the United States. What's now Direct Relief officially was started in 1948 as a private effort of a war immigrant businessman named William Zimden. The basic guiding principles of a war immigrant businessman really influence what Direct Relief has done ever since. And they begin with just serving the people who need help. We have this great privilege of engaging with people who come in from very different backgrounds, but with the same purpose of trying to just do something good. It doesn't matter if you're typing or talking on the phone or working on the warehouse floor. They're all part of an effort that means something bigger, and that is the fuel that kind of keeps you going. It gives you some sense that there is a way to make meaningful progress, even for a little organization that started at a kitchen table, but that's what provides motivation in life. The notion that many people, just by virtue of where they're born, the color of their skin, the country they live in, they're going to get sicker, they're going to stay sicker longer, and they're going to die sooner. That's pretty good motivation. These issues are too big for any one organization to address. We really work hard to honor these guiding principles, invite people to participate, and we are sure thankful for the thousands of people across the country and world who have become part of Direct Relief by virtue of their participation.
Progress is a race that has no end. After every finish line, another challenge awaits. How can we continue to push innovation in a sport at the forefront of technology? This is how. Discover how Aramco and the Aston Martin Formula One team aim to meet Formula One's sustainable fuel targets. Aramco, powered by How.
Welcome back to our semi-finals here at Gamers Without Borders. First map going to Ninjas in Pyjamas up against Nigma Galaxy. Nigma Galaxy now have an uphill battle for the remainder of this series. And coming out of the gate strong definitely seems to relieve some of that pressure, obviously, going into the rest of the series. And a difficult pill to swallow for Nigma Galaxy, I have to say, right, Steph?
Yeah, obviously now this is the second time they lose versus NIP on Mirage in similar circumstances. I mean, this time it went into overtime. Last time it was 16-14. So it seems like they really have our numbers as we take a look at these stats. I don't even think it would have gotten to an overtime, to be honest, Heather, if Tori didn't jump back in, because it's not because Missy wasn't really playing well. It's just that Tori really pulled out a couple of really clutch situations, a good amount of entry kills, and look at her ADR. She definitely was at the top of the scoreboard. So thankfully she came back and she was able to make it a 15-15 at least.
Yeah, that was a good moment for Tori to hop in, especially as we know she's playing at a LAN center, had to come in really late into this match. So to be able to come in and pull that score line is impressive. I think if Tori was here to start, maybe this would have been a different story. But at the end of the day, props to NIP. Like, this was a game of momentum. We talked about a momentum in the pre-show for this match, and there were some massive swings here, right? We had NIP going up 10-2 or so, and then Nigma Galaxy rallied back but couldn't close it, and then NIP just walked away with it in overtime. So a lot of swings, and the swing of momentum right now is in NIP's favor.
Yeah, we're taking a look at the map highlights right now. A scrappy start for multiple reasons, as we've already mentioned. Sapphire, we also spoke about this before. With all your in-game experience, you know, letting go of that one map deficit to ensure that you're mentally prepared for the next two maps, potentially. It's tough. So come on, give me the pep talk. I am a player for Nigma Galaxy. You're the coach. What do I need to hear?
I think for Nigma, what they're going to say, just we're the better team. We didn't start off with our full roster, which is not a normal thing to experience. Now Tori is on this new computer, feeling more comfortable, clearly. This, I think, of all the situations you could look at, of how you can start clean from map 2, like, everything's in Nigma's favor here, in that, like, I think they're going to be able to brush this one off. Listen, we didn't have our 5 players until round 8 or so. Players on a new setup, all warmed up now. We had a great comeback despite losing it in the end. Remember that you are all world champions. You can come back from this. So that's what the coach should be saying right now.
I like it. Nigma Galaxy came into this competition with only one loss from their last 5 series in competition. And a daunting opponent, but I have to say, I am so impressed. We saw on the scoreboard before we kind of jumped into the highlights with Naomi. Steph, what a performance so far.
Yeah, and I mean, we've been talking about Oppers all weekend long so far, putting them in head-to-heads, putting them as MVPs. But to see Naomi, one of the twin, being really popping off in this map and just carrying a lot of the rounds, a lot of double kills, triple kills. It was really impressive. She wasn't alone, but she's the only player that got to 34 kills, up to 30, I mean. So she really dominated everything. The only player above 100 ADR. Like, overall, thankfully, that's what we needed to see today for Nip to be able to beat Nigma in 2 or 3 maps. So she's gonna have to show up again. At least someone else is gonna have to show up just like that on map number 2 for Nip to go away with a win.
I think we also have a head-to-head graphic that we're going to see on your screens very, very shortly, because our players head-to-head are going to be Kat and Naomi. We've already talked about how OP Naomi, performed, only one reaching, 33 kills, as we can see on our screen. But why Kat, Sapphire?
I thought Kat had a lot of good impact rounds, and while the scoreline might not necessarily show that, I think Anna and both Tori, despite coming in late into the match, had more frags. I think Kat had a lot of good impact in that comeback. So she had so many entry frags. She had won a number of very important clutches, and I like to just see the impact she had, which doesn't necessarily reflect in the stats. You would have had to see it to believe it. But yeah, Naomi here on the other side, just absolutely crushing it. I mean, so many rounds. She was getting 2 frags, 3 frags a round. And that's so fun to see her sister Kiara doing the same too. She had a ton of 3K rounds as well.
And Steph, something that we love to talk about in, professional level Counter-Strike are the OP plays, the clutch plays, the crazy plays. That snipe from Anna, I mean, was absurd. I think Sam is still recovering from casting over that moment. How did that make you feel watching that moment?
I feel that I've seen Anna just give me like once in a lifetime rounds so many times in my career as a analyst / caster, and this was once again another opportunity to let you know that she's arguably, like we mentioned, the best player in the world. She just does it effortlessly, even if they're down by I don't know how many rounds, even if it's a 1 versus 5, you can never counter out, which is kind of scary to know. Like, if you're in a 1 versus 5, you're playing, you press stop and you see Anna still alive, you're like, guys, let's make sure we crossfire.
and one thing I'll add about Anna too is that she just plays it so cool. Like, she's had those clutches on LAN, and just like, maybe you'll get a little smile out of her, maybe. Just another day in the office for Anna.
Nigma Galaxy are going to have the opportunity to claw it back if we go into our second map soon. But before we do that, we never got the opportunity to talk about our predictions for this match. And I know that it seems a bit difficult to do it, obviously, after we've had a map, but do either of you see Nigma bringing this back to a map 3? Steph, I'm going to start with you.
Well, okay, so hear me out. I didn't say Nip earlier because I didn't want to jinx them. I kind of want Nip to win, but I'm going to say Nigma so that way Nip wins. Get it?
Bit of reverse psychology for everyone. The reverse jinx, we'll call it. What about you, Sapphire?
That was deep stuff. Wow. I don't know a ton about Nigma on the next map. They haven't played it a lot lately, though. That's, that doesn't mean they're not going to come out firing, right? Like, it's almost like you got a few surprises. I do vividly remember, though, Anna on this map like a year ago on LAN, just more of those once in a lifetime shots. So I kind of feel like Anna's going to have a field day, and we might be going to a map 3 here.
Oh, I mean, we should all be so lucky. I hear in my ear that Sam has now fully recovered and she is ready to go into map 2. Sam and Tom, take us into map 2. Are we going to have a finalist coming out of this, or are we going to map 3? Let's do it.
Oh, thank you very much there, Banks. I think me and Sam are both sitting on the same sort of stool here on our predictions. What do you make of it, Sam?
Yeah, honestly, I'm in the NIP fan club, to be honest, and a lot of that is because I love the storyline of it. You know, we've had a little bit of a Nigma Galaxy dynasty, and I'm one of those incredibly strange people that get bombastic side-eyed because I say I don't like dynasties. I love close games. I love underdog stories. I love these like toppling moments where the gods fall to, you know, David with his little slingshot kind of thing. That's what really gets me excited. So I'm keen for Ninjas in Pyjamas to take this one away.
Yeah, as I've seen, I think it was yesterday, I can't remember where I even read this, but I think it was actually Sapphire in one of our group chats, the fact that, you know, to fail is to learn. And I honestly think Nigma need to, you know, continue to learn. It's the same in the sort of NA scene from obviously Team Red in the women's scene, where they've not really had a team to go up against them where they can properly learn from. So luckily for Nigma, they've got teams like NIP who are coming out of the woodwork, like, yeah, we've got fresh resources on our side and we're going to clap back. And they did exactly that on the first map. The second map is going to be Overpass. Sapphire is right. We haven't got too much knowledge on this one, but what are your expectations diving into this?
The little bit that we do know is that they won it 16-10 against Aces very recently. That would have been now in this Impact season that's just gone by. And that's a bit of a non-dominant scoreline. That's a little bit closer than I expected a team like Aces to have pushed them. So in a way, that almost makes me a little bit concerned. But it is their map pick, so you've got to think they've got a trick up their sleeve.
Hopefully more tricks than they did on Mirage. They managed to take it to overtime rather, but that was about it. And now they take it to Overpass. Starting out on the T side here. They've got Tori right off the bat. So they did have a disadvantage going into that last map. And you do have to think that maybe, just maybe, if they had Tori off the bat, they would have been able to win that. But who knows? We move on. Astra have the first kill, coming in with the second. Never mind. Kiara being able to pick up the first and the third there. Looking absolutely glorious. Astra's aim is on point. Kat, one of the players highlighted there for having a high impact on the round this time. She's going to have a massive one in a 1v5. She spots out one. There's a player that's looking to go in for the backstab there, and it works out. Never mind, Kiara coming in, being able to get the headshot there, get a third kill.
Well, as good a start as can possibly be wanted from Ninjas in Pyjamas. That's a second pistol round that's going to go in their favor. They won that very first pistol round, if I remember correctly. My memory is not nearly as good as yours, Tom, but I do believe it was Ninjas in Pyjamas that won our first pistol round on the previous map. So that's going to give them that extra little bit of cash in the pocket and give them the boost they need, the buy to come out. And Nigma, well, quite understandably, not a saint gets spanked into this one.
The Glocks are looking to maybe make a bit of progress down towards Astra, and I don't think she can have anything to do with it. She just wants to shut them down. Spray comes through. She does get tagged down. Only 3 bullets left in the magazine at the moment. Anna's going to go for the peek, but the headshot comes out. She wants the ace, but I think Vilga's kill is going to get stolen away. Astra's going to be allowed to dive on in against this player. Going in for the shots, gets the kill, gets an ace. That's a nice padding on the HLTV there for her.
And to do that in a flawless, clean fashion, not a single player lost, that is a very strong bonus here for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They only have to refill some of that utility, and the rest of that cash can be saved away for a rainy day. That's a huge boon in their back pocket. Man, Astra's just nasty. Like, I almost feel like replaying that is bullying.
The only thing I would say is on those kind of rounds, you want the MP9s to be getting the kills. Yeah. It's good and all, Astra got those kills, but you lose out on a lot of extra cash into this bonus round, which then allows you to pad out into the fourth round. So we'll have to see how they do. Naomi starting off with a bang. Cat's going to be falling. This is not looking good at the moment for Nigma into this round. Let's look at Spicy, but Tori, what was that? Through the side of the door, gets the headshot to Naomi and shuts down Jenkins as well at the side. They stood no chance. This is a player who I don't think I even mentioned this on air, but when she's the first player to get a kill in a map, there's a 78% chance that they win that round.
That's an absurd statistic.
Yeah, it's just like, where does that come from? There's no other sort of player that sort of touches as close to that. I think on average, yeah, I mean, actually no, I think most of them are quite high to be fair, but that is still amazing. We move on. Nigma Galaxy making their way through Monster, trying to find an opening. They've done exactly that. No one's here to defend it immediately, but they are sitting in Monster. So, Water, kill comes through. Bull's going to be able to find one, but the trade's going to be thick and fast here. Tori pushes over towards Water. Utility's going to be coming through. Astra has this red, goes in for the peak, gets the kill, but down to 19 HP. The bomb is not planted yet. The Molly's going to be denying them this, but Annik's going to be able to find one, and Vilga pushes aggressively towards that short position and catches Kira off guard.
A solid round there. Nice push up through Monster. Good sets of util being used as well. Ninjas in Pyjamas get completely overrun, don't have time to rotate in. And as much as they keep those trades relatively even, the problem is they take a lot of damage while it's happening. So 2v2, but when two of your players are like sub 30 HP, you're at a massive disadvantage already. And of course, Nigma do a very good job of pressing that advantage. So they're going to take this third round, and that's a great and quick turnaround, one that they definitely needed.
Really well played by 23 there. Baiting out that initial AWP shot from Astra. Chucked in the flash, went in for the shoulder peek. Good information gathered. Allows them to now try and push further over towards that long position, which you can see. Meanwhile, here towards B short, they're trying to get a boost in. They're failing a little bit, and they've made a lot of noise. So they're going to have to truck down utility. Naomi's going to be pushing in. The smoke might cover them up for a little bit, but Naomi's going in for the initial spray into the smoke. They're not reacting, so she gives it up, thinking they're gone. But Jenkins is going to be there, going in for the first initial kill. Naomi onto Tori. All of a sudden, this round is looking legless for Nigma Galaxy, as they down to one player. It's going to be 23, who had so much information and space over towards Long, but now she's left in a clutch situation, and the rifles come out. Easy wall bang coming through for Nigma Galaxy, getting there. Oh, sorry, NIP. Man, I'm mixing these up here.
It's those N's. Nigma, ninjas. It takes a moment to get your mind around sometimes, at least for me. I love that boost. I think that you can get so much done with that, but this aggressive push from Naomi just completely counters that. And of course, the swing from the door as well to add that beautiful crossfire. I mean, if you're those Nigma players, what do you do at that point? You're going for a cool play, but it's red. Yeah,
I mean, as soon as you're heard and there's a molly that goes down, you should have someone watching short. And because they chucked that smoke down, it really screwed them up. They had to just then sit in that spot, and it was just open season for the side of NIP to be able to get the kills. A little bit concerning as to how they reacted, or rather, lack thereof. So, just pistols going to be coming in for Nigma. The economy's in tatters. They've at least got some round loss bonus, but it's not much. Oh, Astra, bad timing, but Jenkins there to answer, gets the kill. Molly over towards that banana position. AWP in hand, spots out player Vilga, who pushes aggressively, gonna get taken down. The Molly as well, gonna do a lot of damage. Jenkins with 2, and the final kill on Cat should be coming out in a couple of moments, but she's still alive and kicking, deagle in hand. There's no backstab coming through, so she has got some time. Astra, I think, has spotted her out there. The shot rings out, doesn't land, but the headshot from Jenkins does. That's going to be a 4th kill. Not quite an ace, but solid quad one.
Nigma try really hard to get at least 1, maybe 2 kills into that one. But the positioning between Jenkins and Astra was so good. They cover each other's backs fantastically. So as soon as Astra finds herself under pressure and under fire, Jenkins can pull back, immediately respond, and the Nigma players aren't expecting her to be pushing up. So she keeps her teammate alive and she locks down the site. Great teamwork, great communication. But now Nigma have guns again. Limited util, but okay, limited players.
I mean, Jenkins just goes in dry. She just hard peeks it. Tori going to be coming in with trying to get some revenge here. Gets the damage, gets the kill, stays alive. Really important. Naomi going to be peeking in towards this short position. Going to be able to spy out the head of Vilga. Snaps it off. No chill here. Cat going to be pushing through this smoke. Kriara's got this angle held. She looks away at the wrong time though. Cat, she has to be the impactful player once again. She gets the spray in, but not the kill. Naomi finds their 2nd kill there. The bomb is left in the, well, towards T-spawn at the moment. 23 going to be under the crosshairs of the AWP, and Astra is not really in the habit of missing too often.
Astra's currently 10-1, so yeah.
Helps when you get an ace versus Glocks. not to downplay it, we have seen a lot of players go down to Glocks. Obviously, their headshots can really come through when you're your player here, Tori. He's going to be playing up, but she has been spotted through, gets the first kill, but the trade is it's pretty fast. There we managed to get 2 kills that round after dying.
And that's another great moment of playing off of one another, right? That first initial contact as one of the Nigma players is coming out of Monster. And at that point, Ninjas in Pyjamas, they're not even looking at her. That's when those spidey senses, those ninja senses start tingling and they turn back. They have to make sure that they're checking that angle and they do catch that player. And then they have such a huge advantage. And to Tori's credit, she's able to get a second kill for her team in that round. But it's not enough. It's 5-1, back to pistols. This is starting to look devastating. It's a replay of the previous map.
Yeah, and they've got no excuses. Aside from the fact that I guess Tori has a slight disadvantage with where she's playing from, but they've at least got their full roster. Kiera and Paulie just going to be decimating these players at the moment. They're trying not to lose a single player, but Anna does chime in with the Glock. Gets the kill, and the AK is picked up. Good round overall from NIP. Nigma being able to find that 1 kill is really good, but not going to have a massive impact on the economy of NIP. Although, you know, NIP is very low.
Look, speaking of, one of the big issues, right? So you try and analyze the plays from round to round, but one of the things that's constantly a thorn in Nigma's side is that they don't get bomb down. So their economy is constantly in a state of a knife's edge. They can't really get a solid strategic play out because they're never in a good position. They never have the utility that they need, and this is just another round that's a perfect example of that.
23. Good initial kill. Astra goes down. And to Paulie, this is the start they need. Jenkins just going to have to play slow and wait. The bomb is not in position yet. This is... it's all going to be down to the nerves on Jenkins' side. How long can she hold this position? It's been red, though. Kiera is going to be able to get a kill onto Cat. It's going to leave it a 2v4. And, there we go. Tori goes in, helps out her teammate. Anna, not left alone at the moment. Kiera's last player left alive. I don't see this happening for her. It's going to be very difficult, especially with 23's position, just locking down this spot from backstairs. Goes with the shot, headshot rings out. Really well played. Second round on the board. They don't even need to get the bomb down, Sam.
Yeah, that was awesome. Waiting for Ninjas in Pyjamas to play a little bit more aggressively. And as they start to push out, I mean, there was a very, very deep angle attempted out into Party here. And Astra gets caught out with a nice flash as she's trying to retreat. Tori with a beautiful swing. And there was also that very aggressive push down long from Jenkins. But that essentially means she's caught out in no man's land with no one to back her up. Nigma play that round very, very well. They play into their strengths and they use Nip's aggression against them.
Train goes across and this boost remains, but not for long. They give it up at the wrong time. Astra over towards long. She could find this first initial kill. She does. 23 goes down. It's a good boon to have. Tori on the other side of the smoke. Jenkins. Catch him off guard. Naomi fools. Her trade does come through. Kiera's going to be able to make quick work of Cat. That re-smoke is going to be super annoying. Astra does get tagged, but the kills are not going to be coming through at the moment. Jenkins is going to be able to try and catch him off guard. No, Tori hits back. Claps back, even. Kiera's going to be in a whole world of trouble at the moment. They should have an idea that she's going to be around this position. But she's going to be left alone at the moment. She doesn't wait. She gets 2, and that's going to be enough to make it a 1 versus 2 at the moment. Tori waiting to go in for the plan, and this may well confuse them, but for how long? Paulie's going to be playing aggressive here. Tori has to try and wait potentially. No, she's going to be playing into this angle and gets killed. She had 30 seconds. Could have spared a couple of moments to try and get a kill there, or at least try and plant the bomb.
They don't even check her. They don't even clock that Kiara's there. They run straight past that angle without looking. And the fact that Kiara is able to get 2 is ridiculous. Like, that should not be happening. And of course, that would have made it her 3rd kill on the round as well. Very, very good anchoring from Kiara. Like, she's been a menace on that B site. And that's been a huge thorn in Nigma's side.
Oh, that nade as well. How's that done so much damage? That is disgusting. Oh my god. I'd be so annoyed. 74 points of damage. Jenkin holding this angle as well. They may not expect this aggressive play from her, but they do. Or at least be able to react to it. Astra holding in from the short position at the moment. Yeah, Tori that's going to be going in for the repeat kick. Gets the first initial kill. Kira over towards B as well. Going to be able to find one. The Molly's going to be coming out to look to burn Astra, but she has to cross. She falls. 23. A little bit of vengeance from that previous round. Now we see a little bit of a lull in the battlefield. Good flash from Vilga. It's not going to be enough of a bait. There's a bit of a rotation coming out from Kiara over towards the A site. She's going to have to do a convincing portrayal of a B hit at the moment by herself as she goes in for the PK over towards the site, goes over the spray, gets the kill. That's so crucial. In towards Heaven as well, but misses too many of the shots. I think it was actually due to the fact that she ran out of bullets. It's going to be a hit towards A. Paul is going to be sitting on that smoke. She was hit by it, so might have given away her spot as well. The player's going to be pushing through the smoke. She's going to be falling. Anna with the Glock gets the kill. AWP in hand. Waiting to try and get the skill on this player. Instead, going to have to go in for the hard plant at the moment. Pulley waiting to go in for the kill. Unable to do it as of yet. Now Anna's going to have to sit as a turret. Misses the chance of Pulley. Too fast. AK in hand. Snaps the head off. Picks up the AWP for her teammate. And that's almost a team ace there.
Okay, that is a nasty clutch from Paulie, but can we talk about Kiara again? Because she gets an insanely good pick over towards B. And then when they're attempting to fake this A hit or this B hit so that the bomb can actually move over towards A, she's got such a perfect spot up in Heaven. She's able to shut that down and still rotate over. Like, that is all you could ask for in an anchor. She is playing so well, and she stopped fragging at the moment. I'm so impressed with this player. She kind of flew under my radar on the first map, but not this time. She's a boss.
Yeah, she's been doing really good. Excited to see what more she can do. Thinking on towards Party, does fall 23. Expected that position, rightfully so. Gets the initial kill. Now the advantage on the side of Nigma, but you know, map advantage, at least this half, is not going to be on theirs. It's actually going to be on the side of NIP. You've got 8 rounds on the board. This is not NIP's map pick. Keep that in mind. They won the first map, which was theirs, which was Mirage. They beat Nigma in overtime. It's a bit of a struggle, maybe a little bit more than they expected, especially with the circumstances the map started with. But alas, we move on. It's going to be a full stack here over towards this site on B. Is it going to be red in time? Tori goes with the spray, gets the initial kill. Is going to be backing off with 4 HP. How is she alive? Astra. She rotates from Heaven up on towards A at the moment, sitting there towards Dumpster. It wasn't a fast enough execution over towards A yet. There's only a smoke and a nade on the side of Nigma Galaxy at the moment, so you have to keep in mind as to how they're going to play this. Where did they decide to smoke? Nowhere as of yet. Astra's caught the head of one of the players, flicks in, gets a kill. Kira with one as well. Astra's going in for another one. She's hungry, misses the flick. Not like her, but the second one she doesn't miss. Kira onto Anna, and well, Tori's left alive with 4 HP. If you want to call that alive anyway.
So on the B site, you have Kiara, right? And on the A site, you have Astra. And in the middle, you have the rest of NIP. Look, this map is like an impenetrable fortress. And a part of me feels like Nigma need to just pick a site, smoke it to high heaven, and burst onto the scene like, I don't know, like some paratroopers, right, flying down in from above. Like, it feels to me that's what needs to happen right now. Take advantage of the fact that NIP have to be split across the map. They have to be. That is the nature of the CT side. And just go for it.
Again, we're going to be seeing a stack over towards this site on B. Good prediction. And Astra's playing over towards B this time around. AWP towards Monster. Unless she's got a proper backup player from Kiara, she's going to be in a whole load of trouble. She's going to be able to find one. It's going to be Kiara, like I mentioned, to back her up. Finds one, finds two, but that's all she wrote. She eventually falls, and now it's going to be a 2v3. Rifles recovered, but Naomi's there to answer back, looking to try and get the kills. They do exactly that. AWP picked up as well. 10th round on the board, and NIP, they're looking to close this out and take it to the grand final.
The worst part of that is that I just talked about how on B you have Kiara and on A you have Astra. And in that round, they're like, you know what would be great if we had Astra and Kiara on the same site? How great would that be? And it was a disaster for Nigma. It was a fantastic read from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Like, there is no way you can actually know that that's what the plan is going to be, but they read into it perfectly.
Well, 3 rounds, including this one left for this first half. Nigma Galaxy crumpling under this pressure to perform. And well, it's not going to be starting good. These two players you just talked about went back to their default positions and both got a kill at the very start of the round. And Vilga and 23 going to absolutely destroy Cat 2. Tori's fine in 1, but has to run away. Tagged down to 31. And to be brutally honest... Oh, okay, Anna. I was going to say Anna's the only one... Sorry, Tori's the only one really looking alive on this map, and Anna comes in with that kill.
Mm-hmm.
Good shots. They do switch up rifles here. Anna is very proficient with this AK. Every player is, to be fair. At least in this map at the moment. They're all watching this area. They know that this has to be where they go in for the hit. Molly over towards short as well. The plant looking to come through, but there's 2 players at the moment looking to push up from water, looking to deny this, but they missed the chance. The spray back's coming through, but Paul's got the back, and they just decimate them. Not a single player lost in that retake, and that is a team ace.
That was awesome. I love that right around the corner. Like, oh man, they're planting. Run, 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 run. They don't manage to stop the plants. Yeah, exactly,
run, Forrest,
right?
Run.
Not quite the pew, 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 pew. But you know, we had like a jogging action. I'm not gonna make those noises because I don't want to get memed on for the next week. But yeah, like really fantastic Ferrari swing there to make sure that they can clutch out that round, get those last couple of kills. 11-2. 2 rounds left. Nigma looking lost. I don't think we've ever seen Nigma look this lost.
This is their map pick, Sam. Why would you pick this? Getting destroyed. Vilga's going to be in a whole world of trouble right now. She's beginning getting sprayed at through the smoke. Kiara's going to find one. Aobi pushes through. The twin power proven brutally honest here. And just fantastic getting the kills. Tori goes down. This is the second to last round of this half. 23 does get the trade-off. That's at least something. But that's the first kill from them on this. They have to recover the bomb and also make progress on the site, and they've been spotted out. Molly's going to be coming through. Molly a little bit early with the utility, but still going to make it work. Her teammates backed up over towards Dumpster at the moment. The push is going to be coming through. 20 hits 1, but Kiara slaps back, gets 1. Astra. Oh, read this right. And, oh, Anna's just not fast enough to react.
Oh. So what I have gleaned from this match is that Overpass is a map that you do not pick into Ninjas in Pyjamas. This is what I have figured out. Now, for the rest of Impact until Kingdom Come, anytime I see a team pick Overpass into Ninjas in Pyjamas, I'm gonna go, your funeral. Last round and a half here, and it's looking like Nigma might only go in with 2.
That's not enough. That is not enough. Astra, I mean, just all these players, Kiara, Astra, I mean, they're just absolutely golden childs right now, just doing God's work. And Jenkins going to be pushing in, going to be able to look to find the first kill, going for the second, going to get shut down, but Kiara's there, gets a spray, gets a double. Vilga gets the trade off, but it doesn't matter, damage is done. They're going to be down to 2 players in the final round of this half, a map pick of their choice. We expected this to be a struggle for Nigma. I said at the start of the broadcast that NIP have kind of been a bit of their kryptonite, at least during last season. Only ones to really being able to find the cracks in the armor. That's exactly what's happening. And I mean, the surprising thing is we're talking it off about this in a different channel, but there's been no breaks. There's no been tack pauses from Nigma. Poorly. playing counter-aggressive here might catch them off guard. I don't think she was spotted going into toilet. She's going to hear the footsteps through her right in a couple of seconds here. No, but she does spot out the player, gets the kill. That's going to leave Cat in a 1v3. Her position should be noted, should be documented. But she's going to be playing aggressive anyway. Back over towards this position, spots no one. She has no information to play with. 25 seconds. She has to go back for the bomb and go elsewhere. Try and find something, anything. But she's not being given an inch. Astro goes for the shots with the deagle to be with her. But Naomi peeks in, gets the kill at first half. Absolutely brutal, Sam.
I mean, I felt like so I looked at their history, right? 16-10 against Aces. I felt like that was a bit of foreshadowing. I didn't think it was going to be this brutal. I did not think that Ninjas in Pyjamas were going to push them this hard, Tom.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, trying to catch our breath. We'll be back with the second half in a few minutes. Welcome back. I mean, I went and got some tea because I needed something to try and chill my nerves because Nigma are just being D_destroyed.
Is that the new CS map? Did I miss that one?
Old meme, same, you know.
Yeah, I know. Half leaning into it, half making fun of you for being a boomer. This is a very, very dire situation for Nigma to be in. I know we saw them come back from a 10-5 half on the previous map, but 13-2 seems unmanageable. I will say, if they do manage to do it, hell.
Oh, okay. Kiera goes down, one of the star players on the side of NIP. I'm not going to lie, Sam. In the Challenger League, we have seen comebacks at this kind of scoreline in the past, but it's been one in a million almost here. So let's see if they can do it on this one. Nigma actually picking this map, playing with fate in the moment. 4 players still left alive at NIP. No Julies again. Very disappointing.
If only we had CLG. I'm sure they would have done it for us. Or Team Red.
Yeah. Team Red love those Julies. They wear those cowboy hats with, well, pride. Let's move on. NIP going to be pushing in towards A. Bomb should be able to go down here. And honestly, if you're Nigma, you don't want that bomb to be planted. So the fact that it's been allowed to, and they're playing in for the retake, is going to be dangerous going forward because the money is now in the bank for NIP. Retake has to come through. There is a defuse kit here on Cat. The kills are still not out as of yet. Never mind. Bullet's going to be able to find one. The train's going to be coming through. Astra's going to be trying to hit the headshots, but missing them. Tori going to be on fire. Vilga and Cat going to be chiming in with a couple of their owns as well. And there we go. Team Ace on the side of Nigma Galaxy. For the bomb, it went down, Sam.
Yeah, I think the fact that they leave it for retake just shows how uncertain they're feeling right now. The other thing that I noticed is that sometimes when you speak really fast, I hear trade as the train, and you're like, the train is going to be coming, and I'm like, I kind of prefer that because it is a little bit like a steam train. When some of these trades get going, it can be absolutely devastating, and that was a great round for Nigma to come out on top of. They managed to beat the Force, and yet nip up to Force in again. Maybe an overconfidence here.
I don't know. I like it. They've got rounds to play with. They want to try and just get an early round on the board, and it's either close it out fast or they're going to have to go for a couple of saves here. But they have the round loss bonus. They have the cheaper guns. It's in their favor on this front, and especially when you start it off spicy. Vilga goes down. 23 going to be sitting on the bin at the moment. Let's hope that's not where she ends up. Sitting around this corner, just actually going to be playing aggressive. Going to get spotted out by this player. Jenkins takes her down. Second kill. Anna with the scout. This is not looking good for them at all. Hits the headshot. Still not going to be enough to convince me they can bring this back. Shoten into the smoke. Hits nothing. Retake has to come through, but can't look at to deny this here with the A1. It's going to be able to find one, but going to get peeked out by Naomi with the rifle that was dropped by R23, who died on that bin. Without that rifle, that wouldn't have been a one-shot headshot. It's unfortunate. Retakes in. Tori, it's going to get flashed out. She peeks around the corner, going in for kills, but going to be missing them. It's going to be Anna final one, and, well, Nigma Galaxy making too many mistakes here.
I mean, it's a great round from Ninjas in Pyjamas, right? Forcing into that so heavily
100%.
and still coming out on top of it. Like you said, it was well worth the investment. I questioned it, but, well, turns out you knew better than me. Nigma let some small things fall through the cracks there, weren't able to hold down the site, and now their economy is like, that's a tough position to be in, especially when you, like, lose a round, win a round, lose a round. You're back down onto lose streak. You've got very little cash to work with after that Force, and, well, now it looks like a mess.
Yeah, those pistols should have done some more work there. I mean, Astra's down to 11 HP, but they stay alive and get 2 kills. Turn around. Bully has them red. I don't want to call it too early, but NIP are just looking so dominant. And the fact that they decided to gamble in that last round and just be like, you know what? We've got such a big lead. It doesn't matter if they lose a couple of rounds. And taking those risks makes so much sense in that kind of situation. Not always, but usually. Cat, good counter position. But when you're going to miss those shots, it's over. You're going to get burnt alive. Sprayed, naded, and the last one left alive. It is not looking good, but she's got a chance to try and do something here. Going in for the shot, tags one of the players, but they're going to be pushing up against her. Has to hit the no-scope, does exactly that, but now it's going to be Jenkins pushing up. Jenkins really taking the charge of this task so far.
So as we hit match and series point, I'm trying to wrap my mind around the idea of a women's Counter-Strike grand final that doesn't involve Nigma Galaxy. Like, it's one thing for them to be losing series. It's something else entirely for it to be in a semi-final. They will not even get to fight it out in the grand final. Ninjas in Pyjamas have destroyed them here.
Astra, although blinded, stays alive, and they're going to kill the player who had every opportunity to get that kill. 23. Tori, crumple, unable to deliver the final blow, and Astra going to be on 5 HP. Very low HP once again, but it's not going to be low enough. Anna takes a shot towards Long. She wants to try and bring hope back into this map for her team, but they're on 15-3. They're on the knife's edge, the very precipice of losing out on the grand finals. Their map pick as well. NIP look to be the kryptonite on their side. Bilga has been spotted. Good information. And a headshot onto Jenkins. That's good. And now player's going to have to push on through, but Naomi peeks on through, gets the kill on towards this player. Velga's going down. Cat misses every shot. What's going on? And Anna, for the third time in a row, going to be left to try and clutch this in a 1v4. She's got a rifle. 28 bullets left in the magazine. 57 HP. She managed to get this. It'd be heroic level play. But I've got questions. Unfortunately, we won't be interviewing any of the players of Nigma if they lose this, so we won't know them. But Anna, last one left alive, and Naomi.
No.
She goes for the knife. She gets punished. Rightfully so.
Deserved.
One of the power twins here does go down, but they don't know where she's going to be coming from, so fairly easily read. I respect the knife. Good attempt, but not going to happen. Paulie gets the final kill. That is going to be GG. Well played. Absolutely fantastic performance coming out from NIP. Massive respect. We expected them to win this, but I didn't expect them to win it like that, Sam.
Not even a little bit. I expected another. I mean, I think I said it at one point, right? I was expecting 3 maps. I was expecting 3 OTs. You know, maybe 1 for each map, maybe 1 map with 3, but, you know, like a total of 3 overall. I was expecting this to be so much more, and Nigma at the final hurdle really tripped over their own feet. And you've got to ask yourself the question, right? Knowing that the impact LAN is around the corner, is it a situation of hiding strats? I don't know. I never want to believe that's the case. I would love to believe that players are playing at 110%, full throttle in every official game, but I'm not a pro player. I'll leave it to the analysts to let me know if that's actually a thing, or if people are just memeing on me on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, the questions will be really fun to see what they come through with, whoever they decide to interview on the desk, and, you know, if they have any further insight. I mean, they had the disadvantage, Sam. I mean, Tori came into this obviously a little bit late. We had Missy trying to hold her space, and she did a good job, to be fair to her, and gave them a, you know.
Point of order, Tori was like top frag. Sure, she joined late, but she was slapping people around. I feel like that's a crutch they had for like the first 5 rounds on map 1, and thereafter that is not a thing anymore.
Yeah, I want to hear more from the analyst desk eventually for them to, you know, go over what happened with Tori, how the fact that she was still top fragging and trying to carry a team. But that's going to be it for myself and Sam. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Sam is going to be on analyst desk, if I'm right in saying. Thank you very much for having us on the caster's desk. But for now, we're going to hop into a quick break and then go over to Banks and Co to bring us through the breakdown of that match.
Every day, it feels like there is a new crisis. Families displaced by violent earthquakes and wars. Warm hearts sleeping under cold blankets of stars.
This was a good cast. I've been really happy with
lives destroyed and washed away. Families fleeing into the unknown. But look closer. See the hope everywhere. See the ones running towards disasters to help. Compassion exists all around the world. Kindness is healing wounds, bringing hope for a brighter tomorrow. Look closer and see the many families like Layla's who've lived through unimaginable hardships and yet haven't given up. Please don't give up on those forced to flee. Donate now.
Progress is a race that has no end. After every finish line, another challenge awaits. How can we continue to push innovation in a sport at the forefront of technology? This is how. Discover how Aramco and the Aston Martin Formula One team aim to meet Formula One's sustainable fuel targets. Aramco, powered by How.
Welcome back to Gamers Without Borders, and we now have both of our finalists in the books. What an incredible series show out by Ninjas in Pyjamas. They are going to be joining Na'Vi Javelins in tomorrow's final. Now, I'm joined by Steph and Sapphire in the studio as per usual. And Steph, what was your initial reaction when we saw that series close out? Because I know what mine was, but I want to know what yours was.
I honestly still can't believe it. I don't think I've ever seen Nigma lose a 16-3 ever. Like, even their 5 maps that Heather was talking about that they might have lost in the last years were not one-sided affairs. They were all close, and some of them in overtime. So it's quite shocking. We know that this best of 3 started really roughly with a standing, not being able to kind of get their heads together. But then Tori's the one in the LAN at the internet cafe, and she's the one with the highest ADR for Nigma. So lots of questions. Did Nigma actually use strategies? Did they just try to do something different? Because for me, Heather, I don't know how you saw this, but it felt like they were just trying to get picks left and right on their T side. They didn't really have much coordinated strats to fall back when the picks weren't working. So it kind of feels like that was part of the plan to try something new. I don't know.
Yeah, that's, maybe you could argue like they're saving strats or they didn't have strats and they just wanted to get a feel for Overpass maybe because they haven't played it in a while. But yeah, it was kind of like the, Anna go kill strat, but Anna wasn't just getting the frags today like normal. And yeah, they had nothing to fall back on, whereas Nip had a plan. They were aggressive, they were passive, a lot of really great pacing of the strategies from the IGL Astra. It just looked very cohesive. And then of course you just have players from Nip like Kiara and Naomi, and even Jenkin and Polly had really great moments too, hitting all their shots. I believe Nip only had 3 opening frags, Nigma, which basically means Nip was at a 5v4 advantage nearly every round.
Oh, look at this head-to-head.
Yeah, this head-to-head is absolutely absurd. Steph, come on. Penny for your thoughts. I need to know what you're thinking right now.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously wanted to shout out the twins. We think that they're phenomenal in this matchup. It's like actually the first time I see their pictures next to each other, and I quite frankly love it. But to be fair, like on each map, Kira and Naomi just carried momentum, carried double, triple frags, and just were so dominant when the team was down in a round, able to bring them back up. I've been very impressed. I didn't know about them much prior to this event, and quite frankly, I want a twin now.
And of course, the MVP brought to you by Savvy Games Group is Naomi. I mean, just look at that score. It's absolutely absurd. What an incredible show out. And now Ninjas in Pyjamas have the opportunity to fight for that lion's share of $2.5 million in tomorrow's best of 5 grand final. I mean, briefly, let's look ahead to the future. Sapphire, if we can even comprehend how this match is going to go, given today's performance, how will they fare tomorrow? Little tidbit of information I want from you, a little bit.
Yeah, wow, both teams are just playing so well. I think I'm just more in shock right now that we're seeing an impact-related finals without Nigma Galaxy. Like, this is groundbreaking. It has not happened in years. So just the fact, and we love Nigma Galaxy, we adore them, I'm a big fan, but this is a really exciting moment that we get to see Nip and Navi go head-to-head in the grand finals. I don't know who I'm feeling.
Wow, I mean, the playoff bracket on your screens just shows you the path at which these teams have taken to get all the way through to that grand final. And as you can see, Ninjas in Pyjamas, Navi Javelins will be going tomorrow. Tomorrow, that's it. Tomorrow, we'll have one best of 5 match for all the marbles. And let's not forget, second place will still get to donate $600,000 to a charity of their choice. We've already spoken about this prize pool being absolutely incredible and for a great cause as well. But Steph, it's also great just for women's Counter-Strike as a whole, right?
Yeah, it's the first time women are involved in Gamers Without Borders. It's the first time we've had that big of a prize pool, even if the prize pool is for charity. It's quite phenomenal to be part of this. And it's my first time working with you, Banks. And it just feels like a really amazing event. I'm so glad to be involved.
Everything's fresh, everything's new. Look at this amazing studio, like I'm in space. I don't know what's going on, but you know what? I'm having a great time with you guys as well. And speaking of having a great time, someone's about to join us who's also having a great time right now, reveling in success. We're joined by Astra from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Congratulations on securing the second grand final spot. How comfortable were you and your teammates feeling during that semi-final? Because in that second map, you looked extremely comfortable.
Yeah, so like the first map was a bit shaky. Like we made a lot of mistakes, but I think that we recovered well, and that after that, of course, Overpass, we felt pretty much confident, and we just rolled with it, and everything went good. So that's how.
Salut, Astra. I'm so excited to be talking to you, not only because you speak my language, but also because I want to talk about the twins a little bit. Their newest edition, and do you think that they have some sort of telekinetic compatibility brain communication that we don't know about? Because they are destroying everyone in the server.
Yeah, definitely. Like they have a lot of firepower, and they have been playing together for a while, of course. So I think they have pretty much a lot of synergy together, and yeah, understand each other pretty well.
Congrats, Astra. So tomorrow you get to play in the grand finals against Navi Javelins. How are you feeling going into that match? How do you think your team compares to Navi?
I think it's going to be a great match. Again, like the last time, we played them not so long ago and we lost 2-1. So I think it's a good time for a revenge, basically, and see if we got better and learned from last time.
Well, Astra, before I let you go, I just want to let you know that you have so much support both here in the studio and from your fans across social media and during the live stream as well. Is there anything that you would like to say to your community before we go, and also, you know, before we go into tomorrow's best of 5 grand final?
Well, I think that I just want to thank everyone for supporting us, and not just me, but the whole NIP as well, and the management and everyone. And also thank you for inviting us to this tournament. It means a lot to us to be able to help. So thanks.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to have you in this tournament, and congratulations once again, and best of luck tomorrow. Get some sleep, because we cannot wait to see you bright and early for that best of 5.
Thanks. Bye.
Ooh, what an absolutely fantastic performance by Ninjas in Pyjamas. As you can see on your screen for tomorrow's schedule, at 5 p.m. CEST, we will have our best of 5. We will have our grand final. We will crown a champion, and they will be donating a cool $1 million to a charity of their choice, and a total of $2.5 million will be distributed amongst all of those charities that we saw on your screen at the very beginning of yesterday's broadcast. I was going to say this broadcast, it was yesterday's. You can definitely go on to gamerswithoutborders.com and you can find out everything online. So, tomorrow, cheeky little bit of information for you. Again, we'll have a best of 5 grand final. Thank you so much to everyone who's taken part in this stream. Thank you, Miss Harvey. Thank you so much to Sapphire, to Tom, to Sam, to Lucy, to B-Dog. Thank you so much for all of your hard work working on the stream. It's been amazing working with you so far, and I can't wait for tomorrow's final. It's going to be awesome. Thank you so much to the production team for putting this on, for building this set, and for organizing all of this. Thank you so much to all of the players for taking part so far. 2 teams left in the mix. And thank you so much to all of you, the fans, for viewing and supporting your favorite teams throughout this entire tournament. It really means a lot, and we wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. Tomorrow, best of 5, 5 p.m. CEST. Be here or be square, rectangular, I don't know. My name is Banks. See you tomorrow.